I'm a little upset that we rolled subsequent zeros and ones.
Oh yeah,
that's not a good sign. By the way,
not a good sign.
I'm just gonna throw out my best skill and see. All right,
no,
well,
double 14s.
that's my best skill. Played on that.
All right, so let's start with Valerian. Valerian, you and the party had spent some time getting Savina acclimated to the ship. You had some conversations, and you decided to fly through the night to Peros, the Cosmopolis of Scholars. You had to pilot the ship all night, and you had to create the reports and employment forms and disciplinary precautions and the contracts and the material supplies and the fashion regulations. You had to write all those up for Savina. It was a long night. So after flying through the night and working on all that paperwork, you spent the better part of the morning sleeping. So you're waking up, it's about mid-afternoon, and you have been parked here in this Cosmopolis of Scholars. Very Greek architecture, a lot of marble roads. There seems to be a lot of hustle and bustle on the streets. And as you're up on the deck, walking around the top of the Dragonhawk that is in port, your three compatriots arrive back onto the ship. What are the three of you doing as you make a pit stop back to the Dragonhawk after your journey out into Peros?
Toad is shining their new badges on their cape. Also, I guess setting the tone for Moses. Toad's wearing a bright crimson cape with gold trim, and then a deep royal purple waistcoat, and that's all. And has got three new pens on their cloak, and goes turns to Rick and says, I'm sure you'll win next year. We should come back again, but maybe you could win next time."
Rick, for the record, does not have any pins, of course. But Altaik does, so he's the only one that doesn't have these fancy pins. He also is like kind of walking around like hobbled a little bit. He's clearly like a little bit beat up, and you can see like some vomit stains on his clothing as well. So it's been a rough day for Rick.
Altaik, I suppose, he's looking particularly satisfied with the day. He's kind of picking his teeth, but when he's not, he has these sudden and long dark locks of hair just kind of blowing in the breeze. 2 pins on his chest, I think, and just kind of kicking some elegant dancing shoes to catch the sunlight.
Mm-hmm. Here, everyone looks super cool except for Rick.
And it's just like, the food was amazing. We should come back.
What did I miss? What did you guys win something?
Oh, several things.
Everything, really. Between
some
us.
people won some things. It's not a big deal.
No,
They're just carnival. There's carnival games. It doesn't even matter really.
There's even cheating going on, but
It was a misunderstanding of the rules.
Mhm.
It's not. If it's not intentional, is it really cheating?
Oh, Rick, there was a cheater. I wasn't even speaking of you.
Oh, well, I was trying to imply that it was me who cheated it. So I mean,
Rick, don't you have a staff too?
oh yeah, well I do have this. I'm gonna use my staff of life on Valerian.
Valerian, into your hands, from the staff of life in your hand, 2 lemons appear.
Woohoo! This is what I won today.
Oh, are they fresh?
I don't know.
They are fresh. They look to be in good shape. Look to be normal lemons.
Maybe we make some lemonade for the crew. Hey, that's not too bad, Rick.
Yeah.
What did you guys get something cooler than Rick, or like in the pins?
I'll take this
We
kicking his feet out a little bit more energetic.
Oh my!
Are they like tap dancing shoes? What kind of shoe? It's your call. How do you want them?
Yeah, like having them tap, so you have like the metal plating, but also maybe they have like a nice, they have an eye-catching trim to them as well. And it was just like, just lovely memories of dancing, of partners, and just an amazing feast afterwards. They have such a way with cooking, although it may not agree with everyone.
I'll just look back to Rick in the vomit stains.
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, we do have
Moses.
procedures.
Yeah, Valerian, you will know that half of your crew has been given shore leave for the day.
Nice.
So actually, most of the crew, if I recall correctly, has been given shore leave for the day. So people are coming on and off the ship quite frequently.
and we brought you this, and Toad produces a churro for Valerian,
Oh,
and then a cup of really weird frozen tea.
that for later for sure. Yeah, for sure.
You surely haven't eaten breakfast, and I know you just had like your
Actually,
not good
just-
coffee.
I just had a bite of lemon. I'm pretty full.
A bite of lemon
that I have in my hand.
You just raw dog a lemon like an apple,
Yeah.
Constitution
You
saving throw.
peel and all?
rind and all.
I think Toad
Yeah,
just hands the
that's-
churro to like a passing crew member. And it's like, it'll go bad if you don't eat it.
John just nods to you. He just gives you a smile as he takes it and takes a bite. He loves the thing. You see 3 more in his hands, but he took one anyway.
Good man, John.
Well, yeah, nothing happened, basically.
Although Rick had quite a theatrical moment earlier. Also, we have to stay here for several more days
Okay.
to go to an underground dance club.
Okay.
As Savina has been, emphasizing most emphatically, the actual conference is more of a convocation of academics. For any real action, for any real energy, it's the underground. It's the underground event that
It's like a-
me.
Dancing book club? Rick, I think you were trying to start one of those, right?
Well, yeah.
Minus the
We got a
dancing.
book for Rick's book club. Toad, I guess, hands the theology book to Rick.
Yeah. We collaborated and won this together.
I think every time Valerian will just very approvingly, but like very forcefully approvingly nod his head every time Rick is like, we did this.
Like, I think we're gonna have lunch with Savina.
Oh God.
This underground thing, did we learn anything more about the place as a whole, or even this place?
We learned a little about the people who predate these people, the Adventian. This really kind of sad old man told a story about the founding of Heros. Apparently the Celestials came after the humans. It seems like it was humans just themselves for a very long time, and then giants, and then Celestials.
That kill anybody that fight is where we're at in the circle.
Yeah, also they
Yeah.
have really strong opinions about suggestive dancing or music. So maybe it's not just fighting that gets punished. Maybe it's...
Oh, strong against dancing, you're saying?
Yes, I think that's why they have underground dance clubs. Like, they dance, but, like, you know... Well, Rick can show you.
Show him what?
How did... The dance you did.
I can't do it without a partner.
Altair's right there.
I'll take. Look, no offense to you, I'll take. You're not built the right way for this dance.
Oh, but I can lift you for certain.
Yeah, but
We can still recreate this, your signature move.
You'll never be her.
Oh.
Was that a wistful note in your voice?
Let's move on.
Lila flies past and says, "Where's your hot date, Rick?"
I don't know. Actually, yeah, we kind of lost contact after the dancing contest.
I'm sure she wouldn't be hard to find. Want me to find her for you?
I mean, that kind of didn't really seem like she wanted to hang out anymore, to be honest with you.
Lila just chuckles and keeps flying further into the ship.
I can't help but think that I let her down.
You can't live with regret, Rick. If we're gonna stay here for a couple more days, I mean...
Yeah.
The event, though, what, you said there's some scholars there as well?
Mm-hmm. Scholars of each of, any pursuit, truly. Resembling the bosses of our previous visit. Culture, debate, power, history, song, evidently public displays of affection.
Yuck.
Apparently, if you're a scholar, there's not really much anyone else can do about it.
I'm just still trying to wrap my head around the dancing is something that would get an entire city wiped out as well. That's...
Well, we don't know
God,
that.
I thought it was a leap of logic.
Oh.
I think it's maybe more that the general vibe on the planet is very...
A little uptight.
Yeah, quite.
Yeah, since when have you started saying quite?
Oh, I think I heard Zen say it. When we were
Okay.
dancing.
I think we were inquiring, we were inquiring about a number of topics. I was pursuing the angels that seem to have, power over this particular realm. And if we want to learn more, apparently Savina recommends approaching Dionysia, the scholar of history. A like-minded figure with our resident man of the cloth, Rick.
Mm-hmm. Sure, there'll be a fruitful conversation.
Okay. Well, I would love to see the city.
Yeah, I guess we can go get lunch, but I'm not gonna order anything.
Do you want to like freshen up a little bit? I mean, I can help you. Like, I'll do prestidigitation, just clean you up a little bit.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it's get you. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I think that the symposium is breaking for lunch, and we don't have to eat, but perhaps we could, I don't know, we could just talk to people and ask questions about the angels.
Yeah. Savina was expecting to meet up with you guys for lunch at one of the taverns just outside of the Ring of Enlightenment, which is for you, Valerian, kind of the meeting place where the peace symposium itself is going on. I think you guys had a few other commitments, or maybe some shopping. Valerian, if you want to purchase anything around here too, there's plenty of shops open during this festival. Yeah, that's all I had to add on the matter.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
is Eldon back with Toad's money, or is he still out shopping?
That is a great question. So, you sent him specifically to find Star Thistle, right?
Yes.
So,
and other stuff, but yes.
Yes, you had him buy spices and whatnot.
Yeah.
But specifically, he was looking for Star Thistle.
Yes.
So, I wrote down some stuff. Hold on, let me find it. Let me see how much he was able to find some. I gotta remember how much I wrote. While I look this up, what else are you guys doing? Because yeah, he should be back on the ship, so you can go snag him to see what he was able to get.
Did Savina get her things? Or she in the process of getting those?
I think the plan was she had to go to the symposium today, and then she's going to pack once it's over, like in the afternoon. So we could leave tonight if we needed to. Though I just think we should stay until the dance.
Yeah.
Maybe. It would be fun.
I would love to watch that.
We could go meet the angels maybe in the meantime.
I feel like just almost like you said, the vibe is going to be a lot different.
It's not very cool here.
We should know who we're dealing with. You know, they're central. They're the heart of this question of what this plane is. Aside from that, you know, we could look into more resources regarding the founding Spelljammer ship that traveled here, or well, traveled, and well, we don't know what happened to the craft, I believe.
We did learn more about Elan. Do you remember, Valerian, back on the Rev over Cements, we found a grave for Elan, master of the Spelljammer.
Yeah.
It was a real. We found out more about him. He was apparently responsible for saving the Eventians from whatever destruction occurred on Eberron many thousands of years ago. But it seems, if I remember right, and Rick, I'll take correct me if I'm wrong, but the old man in his story said that he never made it out of the Rings of Cerberus, but that's maybe all they know about it. But obviously the ship made it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, apparently getting out of the Ring of Cerberus is a pretty big problem, so...
Okay. I sorted out the order for Toad. What are you guys doing? And now Valerian's all caught up on the funness that occurred while he was sleeping.
Oh yeah.
Very...
To clarify, we had a magic contest, a story contest, a dance contest, and a pie eating contest, and Rick won none of them.
But he tried so hard.
Yeah.
Very much a beach episode.
Yep.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. We also had a little competition going on. Money was exchanged, so I think Altaig's paying for lunch.
Oh.
Gladly. It's sweeter with... The food will be sweeter and more savory with victory.
Any
Yeah,
change?
Yeah, I just gave him
no.
a bunch of money.
Yeah, so you gave him
Nope.
100 gold, and
Yeah.
so he bought the 10 star thistle for 50 gold.
Uh-huh.
And then he used the other 50 to upgrade the spice supplies. He ended up buying one of those spice pouches like you have.
I did tell him he could, so I guess.
Yep.
Take it out of his paycheck, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So you know kind of what you're trying to do. Some things to knock out. You know, in what did I say? Is it 3 days from now? Is that underground nightclub meeting because it rotates, and it's only once a week.
I think it's 5 days, but
5
3
days?
days would be fine too.
I think you're right. I think I did say 5 days. We'll go with 3 days.
3 units of time.
Units of time. Yeah, so 3 days until the nightclub, and then you agreed to meet Savina during lunch. You also agreed to do a couple other things after the symposium. Savina has declared that her and Altaic are going shopping, and then she needs to go pack up her things. And then you guys are also interested in seeing the Celestial World. So, are you guys heading to go meet Savina now, or are you guys going to do something else?
I vote for Sabine. I don't have anything else.
Yeah, let's go meet. Yeah, let's go meet with Savina. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you seem to be hedging on, you know, a truly rambunctious debate with Dionysia, but you know that's fine.
Well,
Are you speaking to Rick on that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like I'm being pushed into this a little bit.
I
I thought we were just
feel
gonna have like a conversation.
we haven't even had our book club to discuss, this text. I'm entirely new. I feel unprepared to speak with a scholar of history.
Well, I mean, they believe the same thing that I do, so it should work out perfectly fine.
Did you look at the book? Is there anything weird or different about what's in there? It's a theology text on the afterlife, I think. Is there anything?
I don't think we ever got a chance to look at it.
I just did not.
Is there any way that Rick could find a table of contents real quick and check out what's in it?
Yeah, let me just pull my notes on it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I did have it up last session, and I forgot to pull it up today.
There was also a book on romance, but I figured that wouldn't be good for Rick's book club.
Yeah, and it's not like you need any help with that.
I mean, what if I mess up later, though?
Well,
Should I
that's
ask? I should
kinda-
ask Signy for advice.
For advice on what, romance?
She seems like she knows Rick. I guess I just assumed that you didn't like that.
What, you think I'm a prude?
No, I just figured you. I just didn't know if you. I'll take help.
I figured that the most abrasive thing to this whole discussion was acknowledging that Signy might know something that Rick didn't.
No,
Well, wouldn't be the first time, apparently.
No, it's just that Signy's a druid and I'm a druid, and so maybe we.
Oh, what? You have specific druid romance?
Yeah. Have you ever romanced someone who can turn into an animal?
That's a good point.
Oh god, the
Yeah,
balls of the
really.
Kate scene just popping up in my...
Conversations we had, about. You don't want to scare someone if you turn into a cat in the middle of the night or something.
That would be bad.
Does Toad go ask Signy?
I think Toad's
No.
gonna put that on their to-do list
No.
for later.
Oh, we're starting off with a bang. I love it. super serious sessions here. Okay. All right. Is there anything you guys need to do before you go head to the Ring of Enlightenment to meet up with Savina?
What's the book
No,
say?
I think I'm all set. Oh,
The
go ahead.
book
Yeah,
does discuss generally. Okay, so let's start with your basic understanding of death.
Mhm.
Right. According to the Sovereign Host and according to the general consensus on speculations of the afterlife, the most commonly accepted is that when a person dies, their soul is transported to the plane of Dolurrh. Dolurrh. Right? So,
Mhm.
that has been the commonly accepted thing for millennia, since the age of time. However, there is speculation in these studies that at one point in time, souls, before they went to Dolurrh, actually went to a different plane of existence. And the plane of existence that was speculated that they went to was the plane of Dalcor, which is known as the plane of dreams.
Mm.
So it's almost a different history than what kind of you've been taught and led to believe, because there is legends of individuals who have recently passed visiting their loved ones in their dreams. Because when an individual dreams, the speculation is that people would travel to the region of dreams in their mind.
Mm.
And this is not known information to the people of Eberron, because throughout all of modern history, the region of dreams was said to have been destroyed and cut off from the planes of existence during the war between the Quarry and the Giants. And that's a known thing. Is there used to be a 13th celestial body in the sky that was destroyed in this war some 50,000 years ago.
Gotcha.
But these people have stories of a time when before that plane was destroyed, and they speculate that that is how things used to be in the afterlife. And if somehow Dalcor was able to be repaired, potentially individuals could be seen in dreams and or brought back from the realm of dreams. There's legends of individuals attempting to visit Dolurrh, to rescue people who have been passed on. Nobody has ever reported coming back and rescuing someone from the dead. That's the general speed read of the book.
Gotcha. And how do you spell that plane of dreams?
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell it?
Dalcor. I will post it for you.
Okay.
Dalcor. Let's go to character chat. Dreams connected to the I believe it was Siri. I'll double check that planetary spelling. But yeah, that's the little tidbit you get.
Gotcha. So this book the book itself isn't old, but it's just like it's because it was written by the. I presume this book was authored on this planet,
correct?
Right? By these people,
correct?
Right.
Yes.
Gotcha. So they would have verified. Like, they would have presumably that kind of knowledge then. Very
Yes.
very old knowledge.
I am it is Cryo. I'm rechanging. The planet is Cryo. Need to make sure I got the spelling right. My lore needs to be relatively correct.
Appreciate
All right. How blasphemous is this?
it's it's heresy.
Okay.
It's
We
not-
must burn this place to the ground.
It's not necessarily heresy. It's enlightening on information about planes that a plane of existence that no longer is connected to the planes of Eberron.
Gotcha.
So it's not necessarily blasphemous. It's more so like, oh, this is potential speculation on what things were like before that event occurred.
Ooh la la.
Yeah.
It's kind of a pretty important historical document that we have in my hands.
Yeah.
All right. This is going to be a great first book for the book club.
Let's talk about death, everyone. It is an interesting read. It is definitely different than the history. Like, they don't teach you this in school, kids. Because those
controversy.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Anything else before you guys head out?
No, I'm ready.
Ready.
Okay. All right, you guys head back into town, and for Valerian, this is your first time into town. So, very clear and apparent that there's a festival going on the streets of Peros. There are shacks and stands all along the streets, everywhere you go, selling wares, town criers attempting to influence people to come to their particular stall for this, that, or another. There's food and teas being sold. Valerian, for you, noticeably, there's no alcohol being sold. You are passing by a series of 4 larger tents, which seem to be having some sort of contest. Presumably the contest that the others have told you about. There are bright white marble streets that you walk along, like cobblestone marble. It's strange, but it's also beautiful. There's a lot of... The clothing is very much bright, vivid colors that you would... It's almost reminiscent for you of some of the crazy colors that you saw in the Fey realm. So it's a little bit nostalgic for you in a sense of, oh yes, like the crazy colors that I used to see growing up kind of thing. Majority humans here. There are occasionally some of the giants that are clearly from Harmony here, maybe doing some trade. They're not unwelcome. There is communication between the two city-states. And you make your way towards the Ring of Enlightenment, which is this huge amphitheater that is has large crowds of it shuffling out. A lot of older individuals, a lot more dignified individuals are leaving. And the 4 of you spot Savina. As she approaches you, she gives you a wave over the crowd. She's a little shorter, so she has to wave to try to get y'all's attention.
I
She's
can't
like,
see
hi,
it.
I'm here. Rick has a negative 10 on his passive perception to see
Yeah.
anything over 5 feet tall. You see a couple of hill giants, Rick, and they all look at you. They all seem to recognize you for some reason.
I give him a wink and a nod.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm making waves here on this planet.
But anyways, Savina approaches you guys. She seems drained, but excited to see you guys. She says, "How did it go? Have you guys been having fun? What have you been doing?"
Oh, dancing, eating.
Yeah. That.
Savina notices the pins. She's like, "I see you guys won some events. Very cool. Very cool.
Yes,
Cool.
We're honorary scholars, in fact.
Yeah, that's awesome."
Toad remembers the insight that they gleaned from the crowd and doesn't say anything.
Okay. Well, that was super boring. I only have 45 minutes. Do you guys want to go eat something or do something? Do you need to meet with Dionysia? I know where she's going.
Yeah, where's she headed at?
She's heading back to the temple. If you want, I could take you guys over there, but I'd rather not eat there. If we could go somewhere else, that'd be great.
Oh, yeah, sure, if we got time. I mean, I won't be partaking.
Okay. Why not? Do you guys already eat?
Yeah, well, I did. I mean, I can't speak for my friends yet, but I'm stuffed.
Oh, did you guys do the pie eating contest?
Yes, we did.
And we all did great.
But, you know, dessert goes in a separate stomach, so, you know, I could always make room.
Yeah, hey Toad, how are you feeling, by the way?
I don't think I ever want to try to eat again, ever. I don't know. I know it's necessary for you to live, but I'm really grateful that I don't have to.
You just gotta learn how to, you know, digest.
I feel like I tried to just swallow the pie whole, and that didn't work. And I understand that people chew. That's such a weird. I don't know. I didn't like it.
It's like learning to ride a bike, I guess, kind of. You just gotta get used to it.
As you guys are talking, Savina like glances over your shoulder, and her face kind of like dips. It's Oreos. He's weird. Don't be weird. He just wants to say hi. And as you all turn around, larger, heavy-set individual on the tiles, you see the man in a very vivid purple outfit strolling towards you with a aura of, we'll say, an aura of positivity that is just overflowing. And he's like, Savina, you didn't tell me that your friends were coming to meet you. Hello, everyone. My name is Gregorios. Welcome to our fair city of Paros. Nice to meet you all. I heard you're from out of town, yes?
Oh, very much out of town.
Very much out of town. I heard. Are you guys the ones who are docked in port right now?
That's right.
We got burst.
Fascinating. Well, you feel free to explore the city as much as you desire. You're more than welcome to come to the Ring of Enlightenment to sit on any of our peace symposiums. We'd love input on anything that you think might enhance Paros. How have you been finding our fair city so far?
Ah, it's beautiful. I mean, things seem pretty great here.
It's
Really a lot
satisfied
of
so
eating.
many appetites.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear. Well, do enjoy your time. Be careful of this one. As he points to Sabina, and she's just like, anyways, I'll leave you guys to it. I just wanted to say hi. Welcome to Paros, and you guys have a good one.
Can I do an insight check to see? It's gonna be really bad, but can I see, like, to try to get the vibe of if it's, like, discussed between them two? Or if it is just Savina, like, trying to make herself small? Like, if there's
Yeah, go ahead.
a relationship there.
Is anyone else doing anything while he's doing this?
Nah, he seems like a nice guy. Nothing disingenuous at all.
Nope.
Yeah, it seems like they're not best friends, but they don't hate each other. So.
Guy Toad saw talking when they looked through Cooper's eyes.
What's that?
Is this the guy that Toad saw talking? when
Yes.
they were looking
Yes.
through-
He's almost like the moderator of debates. Yeah, you saw him leading the conversations. Or, basically like moderating a debate is the best way that I can explain it.
Gotcha.
Yep. Anyways, he heads off, and Savina turns back to you guys. She says, okay, do you guys want to go to the temple then?
I thought we were gonna have a little sit down.
It's up to you guys. I'm starving, but I know you guys want to meet Dionysia, so I don't care. We can do it in either order. She'll be there all the breaks, so we can go eat first.
Maybe we work up an appetite. Maybe we go see. Said Dionysia?
Dionysia,
Dionysia.
the scholar of history. Gotta
She
pick her brain about
sure is. Okay, come on, let's go.
So I have a snack you can have. Purple worm jerky.
Oh, thank you. Why is it purple?
some purple worm.
What is that?
It's a worm. It's purple. WURM, not O.
Or why?
Yeah, true.
I mean, I guess I'll try it. Okay. Thanks, Toad.
Yeah.
If you want any
Could be
lemons
good
with
try.
that, just let me know.
Oh, you got the staff of lemons.
Well, staff of life, actually.
I
Because
love
when
that one. That one's a
when
good
the
one.
staff of life, gets the
Yeah,
joke,
yeah.
yeah.
They've been giving that one away for years. That's a good.
Oh,
Wait, it's not a one of a kind relic?
Savina.
Is Peros known for its lemons?
No,
Is there
we
a
don't.
brain vibe here? Like maybe.
No, we do a lot of festivals. We have some really great artists. We have good music. We have a lot of sorcerers. Like that's what we're known for. I don't think lemons is. No, we don't really make lemons here. Maybe in a
Where did the
grove.
lemons come from?
I don't.
That's too bad. When we travel and talk about Peros, they're gonna be hearing a lot about lemons.
Don't do the lemon thing. There's so much better stuff here.
Oh, Savina.
Is
Really?
Valerian? Are you coming on Friday night?
Yeah. Whoa, wait, what? What?
You're coming on
Oh,
Friday
oh.
night, right?
Yes.
The thing that we
yes,
don't
yes.
talk about.
Yes.
Good.
Also, the wonderful things you have me right. I have them all down by where you're staying with Roland. If you'd like to take a look at it anytime, but I don't want to do that ever again, please.
Cool, me neither. I don't want to have to sign all those things. Can I just sign one and be done?
No.
Ugh. We'll do it later.
Of course.
I can't
yeah,
just
not
like
now.
stamp my signature. I'll figure something. Okay, all right. Let's go see Di, and she will bring you guys over to the Church of the Sovereign Host. It's a reasonably sized establishment here. I would say that it's probably top 5 of the largest buildings in the city. And it's relatively busy. But as soon as you go inside, you get like a sense of you don't think that there's any spells cast on it, but it's definitely like quiet. Like there you hear like the music that was outside on the streets like seems to like stop as you walk in, and there's just an era of calm. And you see a handful of individuals dressed in holy wear, individuals of the cloth, and workers, and some patrons. But she will bring you to up near the front where you see Dionysia, this woman, speaking with another of her compatriots quietly as she turns to you all. And Savina just like yells out really loudly, like, "Hi, Di!" Dionysia's like, "Please keep your voice down, Savina. This is a place of worship. I brought some friends. They said they wanted to meet you." And she turns to you all. She says, "Hello, I am Dionysia, the scholar of history. How
Rick will
may
step
I
forward.
help you?"
Hello, Dionysia. My name is Rick. I am the, I guess you could say, chaplain for the Dragonhawk. I am also a priest of the Sovereign Host, which you might be happy to know. Still going strong on Eberron. Still going good.
Ah, my heart swells with those words. We love to hear the joyous words of the host. Baldre's blessings to you as well. How may
Nice.
I be of service to another individual of the club?
You're the scholar of history, so I presume if any questions about the history of this planet, maybe I could get them answered by you.
certainly we would love to enlighten a fellow individual. What kind of information are you looking for? We can venture off into the libraries here. I can direct you to any sort of information. I may know a thing or two. I've tried to keep up with my studies, but I will admit that my history of Eberron in particular is a bit lacking.
I'll open this up to the party. You guys have any questions you want me to ask her?
Yeah. Altair is like really curious about like the nature of the angels and how they manifest their their influence.
Hey, Dionysia, something that Eberron doesn't got that you guys got is a host of Celestials right on your doorstep. How'd that happen? I mean, where these angels come from? And do they tell you what they're doing here?
Yes. The Sanctum of Peace is a wonderful... You must visit. They are wonderful people. I highly encourage you.
Do they accept open visitors?
Of course. That... A man such as yourself should have no issues entering there, no problem. They only wish to help rise all in the ways of the world of peace and goodwill, as we all, of course, aspire to be pushing towards. It is not very dissimilar to what I assume you and I study in similar times back in our early days. But, no, they are wonderful people. They arrived on Therendor roughly, 5,000 years after our people arrived here. There was no conflict. We met, we discussed. They indicated their intentions here to set up a sanctum of peace on the planet, and of course, resources abound. They have set up a little bit further on the other side of the planet, and we've had no issues with them ever since. They've run into some problems with the giants, but otherwise we have had multiple symposiums where the Celestials have attended, and we've discussed furtherings of peace. We were hoping that they might have shown up to the symposium this week, but I guess some things may have come up. But yes, I highly encourage you to go visit them. They are powerful. They are powerful individuals, of course, being celestial in nature. They are a bit hesitant to discuss much of their internal history, but they indicated that they come from the plane of absolute peace, and how my heart races at the wishes that I could go, but our understanding is that they're trapped. They can't leave, and they can't go back to their plane of absolute peace, so they sought to make a little bit of home here, and of course this never hurt anyone here, so...
They're trapped? What's the nature of their imprisonment? Who could bind such, or who or what could bind such powers?
I highly doubt any such powers could bind them. That would be such ridiculous to say. I merely mean that they have no way back to their home. So they are, maybe the better word is stranded. So they are unable to return to their home plane.
Hey, it kind of sounds like a little bit of a parallel here between, your people and angels.
I agree, and I think that is why our cultures have synergized so well, that we both understand what it's like to be cut off from the culture and the history of your people, that you kind of have to form anew. It's struggling sometimes. I do wish that the Adventans that visit us would offer more from their history and from their culture, and would invite us to join them in their societies further out, but they seem rather hesitant in that regard. But we will persist here. Things have been going well here for the past 40,000 years. Rose is just one of many city-states that flourishes under the peacefulness of the planet itself, and I'm sure you know that, and she gestures to you, Rick, that I'm sure you know that many of us are happy and healthy, and that sickness is rarely a thing in Therendor, and we have capitalized on that and grown and blossomed as a culture and species.
Yeah, well, seems like you got things figured out here. I'm gonna, in our travels, I did pick up a few details about this planet. I want to say, am I allowed to say the M word? You know what I mean when I say that, right? I found that to be a bit of a taboo.
We see eye to eye on many things on this world. How individuals feel the need to ensure that the status quo remains unchanged is not something that we'd like to discuss in these halls, so I'd ask you to please not.
Okay, understood. Absolutely. Do the angels, the celestials, do they have a leadership, hierarchy, or is it more of an egalitarian affair?
They do. There is a hierarchy of sorts. They have warriors and they have priests such as myself. And they have hierarchies of power very much similar to societies of what you've seen thus far. I imagine that you have also had a chance to visit the Hill Giants.
Oh yeah.
They're wonderful people. They're a bit quirky, but they work hard, and we love them for it. Peace does have a hierarchy. The disciple of absolute peace is the de facto ruler of the sanctum of peace, and he has many disciples underneath him that help enforce his wisdom on the sanctum and its inhabitants and those around. I've had great discussions with the disciple of patience and forgiveness. If you go, you may mention my name to them as an individual that you have discussed and spoken with here. I'm sure they would love to discuss matters of debate with you. We have debated on many an issue, and it is an enlightening experience to discuss things with them.
I see. These disciples, do they have names, or is it just the disciples of such and such?
They have decided that the name that they take is the name of the discipline that they feel that they must study the most. So the disciple of patience, I would suggest that you address them by disciple of whatever value that they value most highly. Patience occasionally just goes by patience, but in formal address, you should address them as disciples of their chosen value.
Gotcha. And you said the disciple of absolute peace. That's the sort of head of state, so to speak.
Correct. As he has inscribed that the value that he internalizes most strongly is the value of his home plane, and as the strongest value of all the celestials, that is valued highly amongst all individuals that reside in the sanctum of peace.
Gotcha. Anybody else in the party have any questions? I'm taking that.
Those are honestly the questions. Yeah, those are the questions.
Yeah, you covered a lot of ground. Mm-hmm.
Aside from the Celestials, I guess Rick does have some other questions. Actually, Dai. Can I call you Dai?
Please, Dionysia. Savina loves to shorten my name, but I do not ascribe to that nickname.
Understood.
You love it.
Dionysia. I was actually interested in how the interpretation of the sovereign host has changed in the time away from Eberron. I mean, I have come across a bit of literature here that shows that there is some differences in doctrine. I was hoping maybe you could point me to any other sources I might be able to fill myself in on this place's worship of the sovereign host.
I agree. I think that would be a fascinating topic of discussion. How much time do you have? Because I imagine that this would be something I would love to explore with you in greater detail, because it is not often, I don't know if our history books have ever recorded engagement with individuals of the sovereign host outside of the circles that arrived here on the Adventan ships. How much time do you have? I'd love to sit down with you on this topic.
Actually, I mean, I've got time, but my friends here, I think, are going to go to lunch. So I'm gonna look at the rest of the party. Do you guys want to split up here? I mean, if you guys, unless you guys have any more questions for Dionysia.
I do have a question separate than the Celestials.
Yeah.
Is there any literature or really anything about how the ships piloted from before ours?
I do believe that there are records in the Cosmopolis of Scholars. However, the majority of those records are actually not held here in the libraries of history. They're actually held in the scholars underneath the Scholars of Power, and those are closely guarded and typically only given to Scholars of Power. So while those documents are here, I'm permitted to confirm that the existence of those documents exist. I do believe they are close held by Stelios, and you must receive permission from the head scholar to review said documents if you are not part of the society itself.
Stelios. Okay, thank you.
Of course. Anything
Well,
else I may help you all with?
Dionysia, I'd love to exchange our histories here. And
Absolutely. Yes, do you all mind if I steal your friend for a little while?
Of course.
Sure.
I think this
I
is
guess.
right up. I think Rick, you really don't get this opportunity probably ever again. So this is
yeah, I
perfect.
mean, this is definitely the first planet we've come to that has even heard of the Sovereign Host. So
That's right.
I'm not going to pass this one up.
All right, so Dionysia will escort you, Rick, to like a seating area where she pulls out some teas and light refreshments. You don't have to eat them. But you guys will go into a discussion, and we'll circle back to that. Be thinking of like some stuff if you want to ask her about it, and I'll give you some basics that you guys discuss.
Yeah, we can shorthand it if we.
Yeah, we can shorten that. So while Rick is doing that, we'll say that takes the duration of lunch for him. What are the rest of you guys doing? Savina wants to go eat. Do you guys want to do anything else?
Serena, what's your favorite food here?
Oh, there's this tavern that has these great subs. I think it's a couple blocks down here. You guys want to go?
Sure.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think it's called Grimy Jones. It's pretty good. They're pretty quick.
What's your favorite dish there?
Improvise, GM, improvise.
They've got a sub called the Papa. It's my favorite. They're pretty quick.
Oh, well, I'll have to try Grimy Jim's Papa. All right, let's go.
It's not advertising.
As you guys go eat to the definitely not copyright infringement sub shop. Are you guys doing anything else while you guys are out?
Can I keep an? I mean, I don't think I actually even know what Stelios looks like, so I'll just listen out for
Sure.
it if anybody says the name Stelios or
Gotcha.
anything about that.
Yeah. You generally just know his name. I don't think anyone here has met Stelios.
Valerian's just going around. Stelios? Stelios?
Do we hear any music? Anyone singing?
There's generally some light music that comes in from outside the street. But this is kind of the lunch hour, so a lot of the festival activities have kind of died down for the lunch hour. Everyone's in a lot of these taverns. So it's more so just cozy stuff. As you inadvertently queued me up to change the music. But yeah, it's more of a casual vibe. It's cheap. It's a good sub shop. Relatively. It is mostly vegetarian. However, they do have sandwiches that offer meats. However, they're at a significantly higher price than what's offered for the vegetarian options. However, it's not going to break your bank, and it's negligible to y'all's cash budget.
We are kings amongst paupers.
I mean, it's the difference of like 2 silvers versus a gold. So yeah, do you guys have any
Applause for
questions
the
for
house.
Do you guys have any questions for Savina during lunch?
Savina, what are you gonna miss the most from here?
Probably the music. Probably the music. Yeah. But, I don't know. You guys said you guys do music nights. So, I might check that out.
Yeah, brew's pretty good. It's, you might have to have a couple drinks before you think they're good, but eventually they get better.
You guys have good teas?
Teas.
Yeah, you said drinks. So you guys have good teas?
We bought a bunch of teas, I think, while we were out from here, so we'll have good teas.
Wait, do you guys have other stuff besides teas?
Oh, do we ever?
You should.
It'll change your life.
You should try to bring some with us Friday. You guys will be the coolest people.
Yeah, so what else should we prepare for Friday? You know, we would want to show up and, you know, go, you know, just land without any fanfare.
She looks around the sub shop very conspiratorially. She's like, we could talk about it on the ship. I don't know how much people might be listening. Kind of a secret.
Who would be spying in on our conversation?
I don't know. I don't trust it. I don't want anybody crashing my style. What if somebody weird shows up? What if they shut us down?
Oh,
That's happened before.
how did that go?
We don't.
Do you have any suspects on who spoke out?
Yeah, who's the rat?
I don't know. Probably die or one of our friends.
Oh,
I hate that. But nobody's seen anyone from the party. No. I kind of miss them. They were cool people.
No
Was
one's
some of
seen
Cassandra and
anyone from the
Marcos'
party
friends?
since?
yeah.
Yeah, right? Isn't that weird? Cassandra and Marcos had a bunch of friends that were there, and they couldn't make it because they were sick or something, or doing whatever that they do. But, like, nobody's seen anybody that was there that night. And that was, like, 3 months ago. And so we just, like...
Has there been like a search or anybody raising the alarm here?
Nobody talks about it. I guess Cassandra and Marcos told us not to put out any reports. Or, like,
Oh.
yeah. It's kind of a bummer. It's
A voice echoes across the way. A voice echoes. Were they from this town, or someone needs to ask her this? That's what I'm saying. Were they from Peros, or were they from another village?
I said to her.
Yeah, she's talking about people from Peros at this party.
Gotcha.
That she
And then
didn't
went to
make
that
it
party.
to, and Cassandra and Marcos didn't make it to.
Mm.
But, like, all the people there haven't been seen since.
And this was a party that got snitched out.
They got stitched out.
Okay, I'm trying to keep track of the. I got my notebook open right now.
Yeah. Telepathically
And-
collecting all this information.
And Savina, Cassandra and Marcos, did they explain at all, you know, why they were so unusually absent amongst their invited guests?
I mean, I could probably take a couple guesses on why they weren't there, but I don't know if it's appropriate to talk about in public. And she kind of like looks at you and like wiggles her eyebrows in a
Well,
very
I can
suggestive
take-
manner.
Well, I can take my papa to go. If we want to get to the heart of this matter. There is
Little walk and
something
talk?
far more juicy on the menu right now.
You guys are doing a walk and talk about this
Yeah.
previous nightclub incident.
Yeah, let's take a walk. And I'll take picking up on Savina's like kind of thoughts that like there is someone, you know, trying to speak in.
Yeah,
Let's see. Yeah, can he begin to like as he prepares to leave, can he cast like detect thoughts, leveraging his
Ooh.
innate sorcery? Like, and he wants to see if he can sift through the thoughts of people, like tracking them. Like, oh, now they're on the move.
Okay. You're detect thoughtsing a wide crowd, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna call this an Arcana check to see how skillfully you can check through a crowd at a fast pace and trying to glean any important information.
Gotcha. Okay, here we go.
Nice.
So you are attempting to mentally peruse the crowd, and there's people from all walks of life. There's bards. You're seeing a lot of people in like diplomatic wear. You're seeing a bunch of artists. There's definitely some like more arcanically inclined like sorcerers and things of that nature walking around. You notice with an 18 that as you're kind of doing the sweeping, there's an individual dressed in the robes of the scholars of history that your detect thought spell does not work on.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And your first instinct is to look at that individual.
Mm-hmm.
Do you look at that individual, or do you attempt to hide the fact
Yeah,
that this occurred?
there's an absence. There's a mind that he can't hear.
Mm-hmm. Are you and it's a bit shocking. Do you attempt to play it off, or are you trying to look at this individual in closer detail?
Yeah, he'll try to play it off. Like he'll, as they depart, he'll, he'll try to play it off. He'll cast his eyes around like the table to make sure that no one from their company is being left behind. But his eyes will scan the crowd as he does so.
Okay. Make me a deception check to try to play off this sudden jolt of surprise.
Okay.
The jolt of surprise is too much, and you lock eyes with this male priestly individual.
Cool.
And they know you know.
Aside from the robes, do they have any distinguishing features like facial hair or jewelry or
Make me a perception check.
Okay.
I'll say with advantage because you know exactly what you're looking at.
Gotcha. 17.
Okay. With a 17, the first thing you notice is distinctly angular chin. A distinctly angular chin, really sharp features, very muscular in nature, and there is it's like a darker skinned individual, like a very tanned skinned individual. There's no distinguishing objects on them outside of the traditional garb, except for a icon of the sovereign host that has a bit of a glow to it.
Gotcha. Yeah, he'll kind of look. He'll do his like best to look away. But like kind of like speak. You know what? He'll use his telepathy ability to speak with a captain at this point. And then like to both alert the captain and Toad. And echoing these thoughts of just like scholarly robes, sharp chin, sharp chin, and evidently the dudes are, it is just like
He's really hot.
bulging
He's really
muscles.
hot.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's just like he's watching us, and he knows I saw him. What do I do?
God. Keep walking?
And he's just like, all right. I was like, all right. It's like, but
Is he coming? Is he coming this way?
I can't. It's like I can't tell it unless I look back, and I can't track his mind.
Let's go over here to this wall. Let's just like we have sandwiches. We're just waiting and eating. Savina, you wanna stop for a second? It's a beautiful place here. I just love this city. If you don't mind, I'd like to just take it all in.
Okay. All right. Whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, I think I'll try to lead us to like somewhere where there's a wall at our backs, and like we'll form a little circle and try to get eyes on this guy.
Sure.
So you're trying to poke your head back out, or?
Well, he's outside with us, right?
Yeah, you guys are on the street.
Right. So, like, if we form, like, a little circle, can we, like... I guess he would, like, if he's looking at us. Maybe he would see us glance at him, but... I think that's what Valerian is trying to do, is to try to get eyes on him.
Okay. As you poke your head back out, make me a perception check. You no longer spot the robed individual.
Nick, are you sure?
I am. This is like, it's like I can't hear him, and it's like I can't hear him. So, if and I know he caught on to me, so maybe he just disappeared.
Could you listen? I don't know how your brain thing works, but could you use the fact that you can't hear him? Could that help you locate him? Like if you heard a bunch of noise and then also a spot of no noise, would that? I don't really know how it works.
There's like a pause of just like, it's like how do I listen for an absence of sound? But there's a wonder. I'll take will try. He'll like really pitch his senses to do so. Can I offer exhaustion as in trade?
Ooh.
I will allow it.
Okay.
For advantage on the Arcana check.
All right. Go.
With a 20, you sense a presence on a... You sense a lack of presence on a female individual who seems to be working on an art piece. And again, because you fought so hard to find this individual looks up, and I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
This is... Hey, that's as
not
good
bad.
as I can ask. Don't know if it's gonna be... What is as good as I can ask?
Your mind is flooded with visions of death to yourself and all creatures like you. Should you choose to remain on this planet, you have a distinct and gut-wrenching feeling that you will not survive and you will be purged from this planet. During those visions, your brain is racked with psychic lances of pain, and you suffer 24 psychic damage.
Ooh.
And you have disadvantage on attack rolls until
Gotcha.
the start of the next turn. Whatever.
Gotcha. Alright, DC 12 concentration. Hey! I still have concentration.
Damn, good job.
You have concentration on detect thoughts.
Yes.
This individual, because you have concentration on it, this individual disappears through means of almost like what you can only assume to be teleportation from your scope of existence.
Gotcha. Yeah, the visions, do they illustrate like warfare? Like when you mention like purging, like are we seeing like the crew of the Dragonhawk like in the aftermath of an explosion?
Not the crew of the Dragonhawk. Only you. And
Ooh.
things like you.
Gotcha.
You and all of your kind being eradicated.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think this is a moment where like Altaic goes like very pale, and yeah, like eyes wide, and 24. He's like sweating, maybe like on the verge of tears.
Oh my!
Right now. And this is like a moment of like, it's like, then they're not here for Savina. It's like, God, I think they're here for me.
Who? I'm looking out. I can't see anybody.
There's a painting somewhere, and maybe an easel unattended. Someone was there.
Okay, well,
It
listen.
hurts to look.
You don't look good. Let's go back. Let's go to the ship. Grath, if Rick isn't back, Grath can look at you.
Okay, I guess I'll just head back to the
come
symposium.
With us. We have a lot to catch up
I have
on.
like 10 minutes. I don't know what just happened, but I have like 10 minutes I have to be back.
Honestly, yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything to say after that. Just come with us anyway, you know? What do you have to do, by the way?
Just come with us anyway.
Nothing fun. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
Here's
do
what
it. I love skipping
It is.
symposiums. They've seen my face. I don't care. I'm about to leave anyways. I already told them I'm leaving.
Exactly. It's like you don't have to care anymore, because what are they gonna do? Tell you can't.
Right? What are they gonna do? This is so much fun.
Yeah,
All
what are
right.
they gonna-
Hand the camera over to Rick.
Yeah.
So Rick, you've been having a pretty enlightening conversation. It's been cordial. It's been fine. You guys are talking a lot about differences in worship and texts of the sovereign host, right? So basically, it's almost like there was a split in the two groups that happened 40,000 years ago. Right? That's a long time for religion.
Oh yeah.
So, while the concrete foundational, like, the foundational, like, worship of the host is there, the stories and hymns and, I guess, proverbs that are taught in your sovereign host are significantly different from what they teach. It's almost like you're both working off the Bible,
Yeah.
but the extra stories that are added on or the interpretations are different.
Yeah. I'm a Catholic. They're a Gnostic. And that means I got to burn them on the stake.
It's almost like it's almost like the opposite. It's almost like they're Catholic.
And I'm the weird one.
You're the weird one. You're the new one. Because
So, like,
history,
they're trad, is what you're saying.
they're definitely trad.
Okay.
And that is, and you're realizing that the majority of that is based on the influence of the nations affecting the religious teachings versus the religious teachings here being unaffected by exterior conflict.
Right.
So, like, here's a good example, right? Like, Valinor is well celebrated in Eberron as the sovereign of Horn and Hunt, right? But
Yeah, Bellinor.
Valinor is very much perceived differently here as the peace between nature and civilization.
A little bit of different interpretation.
A different interpretation. There is a much higher focus on Onatar in your Eberron, right? In the sovereign host of Eberron, because smithing and forging is so prevalent throughout the society. So
Right.
basically, the popular individuals, the popular deities that are worshipped in the Nine Sovereigns are not the same ones that are worshipped as heavily in this world.
Gotcha.
Yeah. She also just generally asks questions about the history of Eberron. She wants to know what has happened since you all have split apart. Not just from the religious aspect, from the history aspect.
Yeah.
And what kind of stuff do you share?
Rick will dutifully, I think, give his honest, to his best knowledge, broad strokes like the history of Eberron, as he knows it from when they departed. I mean, a lot of it is like there's going to be a big gap of knowledge because 40,000 years.
That's a big
Pretty
time.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll fill in as best as he can. Obviously, he'll have more knowledge of recent events. I think she would be particularly interested in the war. That's
last
obviously
war.
the last war, which is a very recent event, and the invention of the Warforged.
The Warforged.
Yeah, seeing as how they're like a brand new life form essentially.
Yeah. And she is fascinated by the creation of these constructs, and she asks you if there have been discussions among the clergy of sovereign hosts, understanding that they have sentience. Is there a soul?
Well, now this is interesting because I did some research on the Eberron wiki prior to this session, and apparently, this is just according to the wiki, so you can correct me if it's not. This doesn't vibe with your interpretation.
And this is also really what you've studied. But before we get into that, let's pause. It's bedtime for Arthur, so give me 1 second.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Sick baby boy.
Is he sick again?
Yeah, he's sick
Oh
again.
no.
Ah,
He's always sick.
Why are you doing that?
doesn't sound sick.
You see everyone's online? You say hi.
What the heck?
This way. Allie, Dave, Eugene, and Moses. What did you play with today? What movie did you watch?
Delete your files.
What movie? Okay, you just want to sit and play with my mouse? No mouse.
We found out last week that you're Arthur's favorite Moses.
Yeah, apparently.
We're in a hole.
That's so cute.
That's impossible.
What's impossible? What are you talking about?
Yeah, everything is.
Everything is impossible.
We are Delulu. We are. Say good night to everyone. Say good night.
Happy Friday.
Say happy Friday.
Holy.
Ooh, happy
Say good night,
Friday.
sweet boy.
I
Now
don't know.
mushroom.
No, you
No,
cannot have
yeah.
mushrooms.
Please. But I want mushroom. This is a boy.
I found it like tomorrow.
Yeah, you can play with it tomorrow. You gotta go, Nene. Give me a hug. You can play with it tomorrow. Not tonight. Tomorrow. Go with mommy. Go with mommy.
I know.
End of the
Where's
world.
mommy?
Where's mommy?
Oh.
Okay. Good night, dear. Thank you.
Oh, my hair.
All right. What did you look up, Rick? Tell us all about it.
Okay, so I learned that because you really can't go to Delurth, right? Like, there's not really like a way to get there permanently. But what research has been done is that Warforged souls don't end up in Delurth. They go somewhere else. So that was what I would inform her. We don't know what happens to a Warforged when they die. So that's an open question as far as that goes.
That is an interesting. That is a fascinating line of research, or religious, religious. Yeah, I mean it's religious research, honestly.
Because you could like communicate with the dead in this world, and when they've done that, I think the idea is when they've asked like, "Hey, you see any Warforged souls up there?" Like, obviously not as informal as that, but no, like they haven't. There's never been anything. So
what is the consensus amongst the sovereign host? Is that because the souls are not there that they do not have souls, or is it that it goes to a different place? She asked you that question.
we can establish right now. What do you think the sovereign host's position is? Because Rick has his own position. If it might conflict, but
what do you think Rick would have heard from his sect of the sovereign? What do you think his people think?
I think it's not, because the sovereign host doesn't claim to be the only spiritual thing out there, right?
Absolutely.
Because we obviously know, like, on Eberron, there's demons and shit as well, right? There's also other, like, the White Flame, I think, is another one, right?
Silver Flame, yes.
Silver Flame, yes, that's right. So I think Rick is going to say that like, he has known Warforged, and obviously he knows Toad as well. Like, they have souls. Like, there's no way they can be, like, the people that they are without having souls. But it's just a question of where, like, they just don't know. We just
Where
don't have
does it
any way
come
of...
from? Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know. Like, honestly, that's a House to Cannith thing more than it is a religious thing at this point.
Interesting. So the questions of the nature of the soul is answered by a crafter of constructs. That's a fascinating...
It's a bit of a troubling...
It's a very troubling idea for her.
Yeah, and I also do wonder how she reacts to, I mean, the name Warforged, the last war, all the conflict going on in Eberron.
She is, right, their history books have documentations of war, right?
Right.
So she is not so blind as to understand that war never existed, right? Because war did exist before their people came to this planet. It just hasn't existed since then. So it's an alien concept to her. And it also baffles her that in all these years, it hasn't gotten better for the planet. It's only gotten worse.
Yeah, we wiped out an entire nation, in fact.
And in her mind, that discourages her from exploring and revisiting Eberron.
Yeah, it's a bit depressing, I bet.
Yeah. So she asked, like, what the intent of you, like, what is the goal of you traveling with your people? Are you attempting to spread sovereign host word further into cyberspace?
Is she talking about me personally or the crew?
Yes, you personally.
Oh, well, I never really was much for proselytizing, but more so, I'm just hoping to find, I don't know, a place better than Eberron out there. And, I mean, well, up until we landed on this planet, it wasn't looking good.
She is definitely humbled by that, and she welcomes you to join this society at any time that your heart brings you back here. She understands that you have a mission, but she does support, whether it be proselytizing or not, you spreading the example of the sovereign host through the stars.
Right.
Yeah. What questions do you have, or discussion points you want to hit with her before your time is up?
Yeah, before we get things wrapped up, I wanted to ask her on this planet on Therendor. We see humans, we see giants. Are there any other species on Therendor that are sentient?
Besides Celestials?
Oh yeah, besides those, yeah.
None.
Mm.
None that are in the records.
Oh, so it's never been the case. It's always just been giants, humans, and then the Celestials showed up.
Correct. The humans were here first. Or excuse me, no. The giants were here first. The humans showed up. And then the Celestials showed up a couple thousand years later. The humans and giants operated on opposite sides of the planet and didn't interact for the majority of history. And it was actually the Celestials bringing they're establishing their sanctum of peace and enforcing, or basically spreading the word of peace that basically motivated them to engage with the giants, because that they knew that this was here, because they knew the angels and Celestials were kind of watching over the planet as kind of a guiding hand. They felt motivated to engage with the giant.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Aside from Adventins and us, has there been any other visitors to the planet from other planets or planes?
No, there has not. However, right, like, there are pages of history in the Adventin Travels that indicate that there are other life species out there. And she would love to hear more about those different species when you have time at a later date to discuss those things.
Yeah. Maybe we can write something up for her, as far as that goes.
She would greatly appreciate that. And she may be able to work out some sort of deal with the Treasury to reimburse for any sort of historical information current that can be added to the history books here. As scholars of history, current history is some of the most important history. So.
Okay. So Rick would also like to broach the subject of why it's a little uptight around these parts. You know, so he's going to point out, like, no alcohol. Do her people have knowledge of producing alcohol? Is that, or is it just not allowed, or is it a question of ignorance? They just don't know how to make it.
It was a practice by the Aventin that was outlawed. It was outlawed shortly after the arrival of the Celestials. Because of the problems it caused, it's been outlawed and not made since then, and the history books have indicated that it's been better for everyone ever since.
Mm-hmm.
And as a scholar of history, it's so important to remember things. She understands that all it does is fog your minds and destroys your memories.
Yeah. I mean, there's small upsides to it. I will cop to it not being the most healthy thing for you, though.
Yeah. What you do on your ship is your business. She recognizes that you do not fall under the influence of Therendor's domain, but as I'm sure that you were reminded by the individuals at the docking station, it's one of the prohibited items not allowed on the planet.
Yeah.
But
Totally
you
fine.
know that if you are familiar with the substance, she recommends that you don't encourage others to explore it more, because it could just create more problems down the road that she'll have to. She doesn't want any problems because she doesn't want to anger the Celestials, and honestly, she just wants people to be safe. So it's not out of fear; it's out of safety and security for others.
Mm-hmm. Does Peros have an equivalent to the, Harmony has the boss of no fighting. Does Peros have an equivalent?
That's an intriguing point that she did not know.
Oh.
Oh.
And she speculates that no, there is no equivalent. Probably the best equivalent to something like that would be Gregorios and his scholars of debate. There have been times where there are conflicts between individuals, and the outlet for that those emotions are settled via debate. And sometimes if it's a significant enough issue, it's brought to the Ring of Enlightenment. Sometimes it can be just held in one of the scholarly councilmen's chambers.
Gotcha. So, what happens when someone does break the rules then?
They are typically, if it does happen, they are brought to the debate chamber. And
then
they will debate their point, and if they lose, they must abide by the rules of the debate and the contract set forth afterwards. If they cannot, they will be asked to leave the city.
I see. It's like an exile situation.
Correct.
Understood. Okay, I think those are the only questions I've got.
As you go to leave, she will warn you. She will give you a cautionary warning about Savina that she recognizes and respects, from a historical standpoint, Savina's writings on cultural matters, because she thinks it's important to preserve culture just as much as Savina. However, she fears that Savina will end up in scenarios that will put herself and others in danger. So she really just says, hey, watch over her, be careful for her, because I'm worried one day that she's going to end up in a situation that she can't get out of.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll promise we'll keep her safe. Not going to be putting on her any dangerous missions or anything. Mostly, she's going to be observing us. So, hopefully, that'll keep her out of any trouble.
Of course. And she wishes you fair travels. And yes, if you can send back, if you have any way to send back any sort of information with Savina's notes, she would love to add them to the library. And like I said, she'll try to figure out a way to compensate.
Gotcha. Okay. That's all I got for
Rick?
Yep. I wish I had been there with the Altair situation. We could ask about that, but that would be a little meta, so we're not going to do that.
So, Rick, as you step out, as you're escorted out of the library and temple, let's pan the camera back over to Altair, Glorian, and Toad. You guys are still in the street. You're a couple blocks away. Right? What are you guys doing?
Let's go back to the ship.
Altair is trying to debrief them because these seem like imminent threats, and I think of there's a moment where he kind of stops and he's like, they seem to know even more than I what I am, because they have an understanding my kind.
That's they see you.
Wait, Rick. They're wearing robes. They're wearing robes of the scholar.
Oh, that's not good. Do you think they're in on it? Or do you think that this person was an anomaly?
There are two. And they could vanish.
Rick, you knew that they were going to... You knew the place that they were going to...
Yeah. Old sloppy whatevers or whatever. old disgusting nonsense.
Grimy.
Grimy James.
Grimy James. What am I looking for here? Stinky Joe? Where am I going?
Got 2 J's in the name. Okay. So you guys are heading back to the ship? Rick,
Yeah,
you're heading back to the restaurant?
Should
Yeah, I'm
one
gonna
of
try to
us
meet
go
up with the gang.
Shouldn't of us go get Rick if we think
That's-
he might be in danger? I can go.
Yeah, if you'd like to, Toad. Perfect.
Okay. I was gonna head back towards where Rick was last known to them.
We might miss each other, unfortunately. Toad's gonna be like, where'd Rick go? Oh my god.
The 2 people with the
Pretty
highest passive perception? Nah, you guys run into each other on the street. Right?
Hey, Toad.
Rick, I think we're going back to the ship. Something happened with Altaic.
Oh, did he have too much of sloppy Stevens whatever?
We didn't even. No one even ate. We're.
What?
I don't know. I think it's. I don't think it's good. I think he's hurt. He seems
Oh.
afraid.
Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah. I'll give him. I'll try to help him out.
So you guys all link up. You guys all head back to the ship. Davina is with you as well. You guys want to take a break?
Yeah, we can take a break.
Yeah, sounds good.
Take a 10-minute break. Be back at 15.
Okie dokie.
Okay, see you guys in a bit. Yep.
Pull us back to the gate. Alright, I think we're good. Okay. So you guys make it back to the ship. With Savina.
Mm-hmm.
She's just happy to not be at the Ring of the Night. You step aboard the ship. What are you guys doing?
Does need doctor help, or is this something that?
Yeah, I know he
doctor
looks
can't?
sick. He
Yeah.
looks like he looks like he's like dry, like about to like start dry heaving.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, Rick is not aware of what's happened so far, so
Yeah, it's like they're all meeting up as they're getting on the ship. Valerian was gonna already send Altaic to Wrath, but if we seeing Rick come with us and Toad, I'll just give Rick basically the rundown of what happened and say that Altaic, I don't know what happened. Something with his mind, but he does now look good, Rick. You want to take a look at him?
I mean, I could try it. If it's mind stuff, I don't know. Altaic,
Yeah.
so is this something you think I can help with, or?
It's like do you have something for an upset stomach?
Hey, no, actually, I don't. Sorry, I mean, I'm better at closing up wounds than I am at stuff like that.
Are you? Well, you know, are you okay?
Am I okay? What would be wrong with me?
Okay, I should start at the beginning. When we're at Grimy James's,
Okay, that's what it's called.
Savina mentioned that at a shindig, with invitees of the Scholars of the Passion, that they had disappeared without a trace, and that said scholars didn't, that said scholars weren't there. This event occurred several months ago, but more so, the Scholars of Passion also noted not to speak of the event, which caused Sabina very reasonably to want to, keep mum on this whole affair. And I, just on a whim, if anything, wanted to see if, her concerns were warranted. I cast my senses to see if there were those noting our presence and our movements as we made to depart. And I did. Like, finally honing in on blind spots. Two people I couldn't read. Both of them, or sorry, I might be wrong about this. Were both of them wearing robes of the scholar, or was only the first?
In your first encounter, one of them was wearing the robes of the scholar, and then you got, and then you started talking to everyone else, and when you searched again, there was the artist
An art
on the street.
Gotcha. There was a well-built man with a sharp chin, wearing the robes of the scholar. Couldn't read his mind, and he knew that I was aware of him. And he vanished when I tried to indicate to the others that there were people who were, I suspect, tracking us. We left outside, and to see whether or not this, disappeared person was still following us, I tried even harder to listen to the quiet, like Toad suggested, and my senses fell upon this artist on the street. But once they became aware of my intrusion, I had these visions of my kind being obliterated. I think there are people on this realm who are more aware of what I am than even I have an understanding.
Oh.
And I think the feeling was that they intended to purge me, or our kind.
That is disturbing.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. Talking with Dionysia, didn't get a very menacing impression. I don't know if she's involved with this or not, but maybe I just wasn't paying attention. But we should be on the lookout, huh? I mean, do we still want to go to this party? I mean, how do you feel?
I think he's kind of like looking at his hands, like as he's like crouched over. He's like, I've never felt this terrified.
Okay, yeah, but maybe we shouldn't then.
But I don't think that means I should. Ron, it feels like we're close to something.
In talking to Dionysia, there's no, well, she said at least that there's no, police or anything here. In fact, she seemed kind of surprised that the Giants had a boss of no fighting, right? So maybe this goes above even her. I mean, maybe these are people, agents of the Celestials.
That's my thought. Listen, we are. If the Brailish haven't been here and Karnath hasn't been here, we're the first, and first in a long time, most likely. So it makes sense that the people who kind of oversee this place would spy on us, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Is my thinking that they're maybe disguising themselves as some of the locals here, and keeping tabs on us.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
I think our path leads us. I think to get closer to this, those, the scholars that might have a better understanding of this certain situation might be Cassandra and Marcos.
What makes you say that?
They seem to be wary enough to at least tell Savina not to mention whatever affair led to their guest disappearance.
That's right, Sabina. Do you have a bit of a... We're more in private, so if you'd like to speak about the party.
Okay. So, here's what I heard. Because I couldn't make it, and Cassandra and Marcos couldn't make it. But, so, like, I had some friends that were gonna go, and so they went. And there was, like, a lot of people there. There was, like, 50-something people there, from what I heard. And, like, something happened, party got shut down, whatever. Like, parties don't get shut down. So, like, that was a big deal. So, like, when I heard something happened, like, I tried to go find my friends, and, like, nobody knows where they are, and everyone magically forgot who they were. And, like, some of them were, like, scholars of culture like me. So, like, I kind of needed them to finish the reports, and I had to take on their work, and I was a little upset about that. But also, I was worried about them. So, like, I thought I heard Cassandra and Marcos that were going, so I talked to them. And I asked them, I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, where's all my friends? And they said we can't talk about it. Like, and we shouldn't have any parties for a while. So, like, I kept on trying to ask them, and they, like, shut me down. It was really weird, because they're usually really cool, and they weren't, and they still aren't. So, like, I don't know what happened to my friends, or anybody that was there, but, like, nobody seems to want to talk about it, or, like, remember it, or whatever. And
50 people is a lot of people to disappear and nobody
right?
being
Like,
concerned about it.
I think, like, I feel like I'm the only one that cares about it now, and, like, everyone I talked to about it who knew those people are just, like, blowing it off, like, don't bring it up, like, just don't talk about it. Like, and I'm like, why not? Like, I feel like it's kind of important that 50 people kind of went missing, right? Like, but nobody seems to care because it was not allowed or whatever.
But it seems like Cassandra and Marcos think that it's safe again to have another party. Are they?
I mean, yeah,
are
we've
they
had more. I mean, it was a while ago, so, like, we all laid low for, like, 2 months. So, like, we've had, like, 2 or 3 now. And, like, it seems fine. No one's busted it ever again. I mean, yeah.
So there's been more in between.
Yeah, there's been more. I wouldn't invite you to, like, the first one back, because that would be kind of sketch. I didn't go to the first one afterwards, because I was a little spooked out. But everyone was fine, and they said it was a good time. So, I don't know.
Is
I don't
it
know what...
possible that we're on the ship, so I can say, was there maybe fighting at the
No.
party?
I mean, like, that doesn't normally happen. Like, everyone there is usually having a great time. Like, I've loved every single time I've been. It gets good music. Like, sometimes they'll get, like, the stuff that you guys are talking about. So, it's really fun. But, I mean, like, everyone just goes back to doing what they have to do the next day. Like, it's fine. Like, it's not hurting anyone. But, I guess people really don't like it when we do them. But, I mean, like, who cares? It's not hurting anybody. But apparently it hurt these people. So, I don't know. I kept on trying to ask people, and they just kept shutting me down. So, I figured it'd probably be better just to... I guess I've tried to move on, is the best way to say it. But, I mean, like, it still spooks me out sometimes.
Well, gang, looks like we got a mystery on our hands.
Savita, maybe Cassandra and Marcos, they were the ones that told you to stay quiet about it? Is that right?
They just said to don't bring it up. Yeah, I get the sense that, like, people just don't want to talk about it. Yeah. Like, I don't think they have anything to do with it, because they've been to a couple since then. Like,
I just wonder if we can rat out the rat. You know, like I don't want to. Well, like we should have a lot of fun, especially if we're gonna bring some of the other stuff in there.
I mean, we've been good enough that
out.
like they don't catch us anymore. Like whoever the rat was, like I don't know if they're just bad at what they do, but
well, maybe we just at least keep an eye out, if nothing else, at the party.
yeah,
Some weirdos.
yeah, for sure. Like,
Huh,
what happened in those streets? Like, is Altaif okay?
Wow.
He got mind blasted.
Yeah, it seems like someone's keeping. Well, you're part of the crew, so yeah, someone's keeping tabs on us. I don't know who it is. I think maybe, probably 10% chance I'm right, but maybe the Celestials. We entered their planet. Maybe
That would be really bad.
I don't know.
For a lot of reasons. That would be really bad.
So you don't have any idea?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I mean, that makes sense. Like maybe they don't like what we're doing, and so like maybe they did something to take all those people. Like I don't know what happened to it. I mean, like, don't like giant villages just go like they just like all the people just go missing.
That's
so like
right.
I never really thought about it, but I guess it kind of makes sense that all the people here just kind of went missing. So I mean, maybe something happened, but that's still really shitty.
Has that ever happened before with humans, or is it typically just the giants who face punishment for breaking the rules?
No. I mean, they definitely have people who get in trouble here, but usually they get brought to Gregorios or one of his people, and then there's the whole debate thing, and then they'll get exiled, and like that person will just never show up again. So like I assume that like we kick them out, and then the Murderbeer just like take them, because like right, we've kicked a lot of people out over the years, and so like you would think if like 100 people got kicked out, like they would all go somewhere, right? But like I've been to a lot of the giant cities and villages, and like they never show up there, so like, and they don't have their own little place, so it's like, where do they all go, you know?
Wait, are these people getting in trouble for fighting and then they're being exiled? It feels like the punishment is very different for the giants.
I don't know. I mean, like, maybe. I mean, like, maybe. Okay. All right. Rick, this has nothing against you and like your whole religion thing, but like,
Okay.
I have a sneaking sensation that like somebody here in like the Scholars of History is like super close to the Celestials, and like maybe they like tell them who to take, and so like because we have a snitch or multiple snitches, like maybe they don't burn this whole city down, because that would be really shitty.
We got an informant.
Is it possible that you would recognize this person that Altaik saw? Either of them? I don't know if you want to describe them to Sabina.
I don't know. I mean, this is a big city. I can try. I know a lot of people.
One of them was a scholar. Perhaps you run in similar circles.
I mean, maybe. If they're a scholar of culture, I would probably know them.
Who's the most who's the most statuesque scholar you know?
Yeah, apparently this guy was like super handsome.
Like super hot? Like Marcos is hot.
Does Marcus, Altec will ask Savina to like oh no, have we met Marcos? I feel like we have.
You have not. Toad has seen visual of Cassandra Marcos.
Yeah, Altec will ask for like a description of Marcos. It's like, does that, trying to see if that matches what he saw.
He'll give a description of Marcos, and like he does have the chin, and like he is attractive, but he doesn't have the dark skin that you witnessed. Like he's not like super duper tan like what you saw based on her description.
I
And he's not as muscly. Like, you can see the picture of Marcos here, like, he's not... He is an attractive man, but he's not like a... He doesn't
He's
fit
not
the
like
description.
a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's unfortunate. Well, I have two thoughts on this. One, there is someone whose insight and subterfuge is so incredible we haven't been able to detect them until now. Or there is someone who is very good at making me think I've seen those things. I was given a vision.
That's trippy.
Is there anyone who has those kinds of skills? Of
I mean,
illusion?
there's a lot of people in this city that can do, like, illusions and stuff. Like, performance illusions. Like, the Scholars of Power do a bunch of, like, sorcerer stuff. So, like, they can, like, charm you and stuff. Like, it's not allowed, but, like, I've heard of, like, people getting charmed and stuff.
I'm not necessarily slouch. Is there someone who stands out in your mind as a talent?
To, like, do mind stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I mean, like, probably, Stelios knows a lot. Like, he's pretty powerful. So, like, I imagine if, like, he wanted to learn, like, mind stuff, he probably knows it. But, like, they just, like, read and, like, study a lot and, like, try to get stronger. But, like, I don't see why he would care. Like, all they care about is their books.
It's possible they don't know what I am. They just happen to tap into my fears, I guess. I suppose.
I don't know what you are. I'm a cute guy. Like, I don't understand what we're talking about here.
Aw. It's like, thank you.
You're welcome.
That makes me feel a little better.
I'm glad I could boost your confidence, but I still don't understand what we're talking about here.
I think we need to meet with the other scholars. At worst, I think that there is... I feel like I'm made to think that I am being targeted. And I don't know if that's a thought put into my mind, or if someone truly is that talented, that powerful.
What's this I hear about targeting? Chief Gus approaches.
Yeah, I'll take, we'll, look at, well, in so many words, Chief Gus, I try to, read the minds of those around us, trying to see if there's someone who's paying particular attention to our actions. And in return, I encountered someone whose mind, or several people whose mind I could not read, and was given a very... I was given a vision that makes me feel incredibly self-conscious, paranoid.
So you were threatened?
I think.
Because if we need to
that's as
leave,
far-
I need to figure out if I'm recalling these folks from shore leave or not.
I think actually we don't want them to know that what's going on, right? We don't need to let the people doing this know that they got to us, right? I think we're gonna try to play
Sure,
this
but
off.
also if we got to bug out because Altair's getting targeted, I mean, do they? I mean, we do not have to stay here, right? We, like, if we're attempting to build relations with these people, but they're targeting our folks, like if they're targeting Altair, who's to say they aren't targeting the rest of our crew out there? And I got the buddy system going on, but you know me, I care about our people more than these people. No offense to you, Miss Savina. And take him.
It might, I don't know, benefit us to know more about who or what is interested in watching.
Their folks are being.
Go ahead.
No. Their folks are being disappeared too, and this is a lead.
So is it the angels?
Now, you said something, Gus. It threatened. They attacked, right? They fought. And the fact that they used mental magic means obviously they're trying to be discreet. So, either they are trying to be discreet, or they're trying to just disguise their attacks. What I'm getting at is that they're either a very, very brave, person here, or these angels, if they're attacking us, or these celestials, they are at minimum hostile in a way to us if they're just freely attacking, right? Or maybe these are just rogue kind of watchdogs on us. I don't know.
What I'm trying to figure out is why they would single him out. I could think of a few good reasons, but if it is the angels, they got some sort of beef with creatures such as yourself? What does he mean by creatures?
All right. Maybe we need some better OPSEC in this room.
Fine, I'll go downstairs. Valerian, can you give me the stack of papers?
Yeah, it's with Roland, please. Just make sure you sign them all. Take as much time as I took, please.
Fine. Be here.
So maybe it is worthwhile to not recall everyone, but at least lower the number of people that we have going out in case we do have to make a speedy exit. But if we don't want to look suspicious or don't want to alter our movements, I guess we could just forego that. But it seems to me that they already know that at least Altaic is onto them.
Yeah.
What's the situation? We have the person that we needed. Do we intend on striking up some sort of deal with the governing body here for some sort of agreement in the future, or are we putting that to the side for now? Because I'm trying to figure out if the risk is worth the reward. Are they just targeting him? Are they just targeting us? Are we not welcome here? Is he not welcome here? I'm just trying to figure out what to figure out. Y'all get it.
I think that might be the thing, is that we don't know. We have very little information.
If I'm to take the vision at face value, no other member of the crew, aside from myself, seemed to be targeted.
So they just don't like you being what you are. They know what you are, presumably.
I feel like they know what I am, but the way they access my mind, maybe they're just tapping into my own vulnerability.
But don't you have that, like, special ring that like prevents people from getting into your mind?
It's like starting a fire when there's already dry tinder. They don't have to know it's there for for a fire to start.
I'm sorry, you lost me. What?
If they're just recalling or invoking fears, the mind fills it. Maybe it's just what I saw.
Yeah, maybe it's possible they don't know, and just in general, the magic works that it makes someone see what they most fear. Perhaps the person inflicting it doesn't need to know.
That don't
It's-
sound like fun.
Just trying to, I guess, yeah. I think you said it best. We just don't know, because if it is the Celestials, let's go under that presumption. They're a diplomatic people, right? They came, they talked to Peros here. They had no issues in a deal. They obviously have an ongoing deal. So wouldn't they, if they were curious about us, they would come greet us, I would assume, instead of going kind of a covert, undercover sort of deal. So then then it would be someone from here, but then why would they be targeting us? Why would they be hacking us? Especially with everything at risk.
These people don't know who we are.
We have still several scholars to meet, and since I couldn't read their minds, that would give us an opportunity to isolate them.
Okay.
So if we meet with Stelios, with Anna, Cassandra, and Marcos, and I find that that I can't read them, that I can't hear them, then we at least have someone we can connect to my reaction.
Okay. Yeah, I don't disagree. I think we should meet Stelios at least. It seems like him and Gregorios are the authority here, in a way. Also, I would love to know about the ships of old.
Well,
Alright, but y'all need to be careful. I guess Cap, you just want me to keep shore weave as normal? I haven't gotten anything from the crew. They seem like they've been having a good time. No one's been having any trouble. But what you think? You want me to pull them back?
Don't pull them back, but maybe if you see I don't know how to signal you, Gus, but maybe I believe that you'll sense if something's wrong to pull everyone back. But,
I got
just
ways
keep an
to
eye
reach you if needed. Okay.
That's right.
Just I got this stone thing.
Oh, that's
Figuring
right.
out.
Yeah, the stone. Yeah, we'll tell you if shit hits the fan, we tell you on the stone, and we might need help, but definitely get everyone back.
Yep. I already got a crew on standby at the security team just in case shit goes sideways, just to pull y'all's ass out the fire. Kind of getting good at that.
I think also just pay attention to anyone who maybe disappears. Keep a closer eye on who's leaving and who's coming. Make sure everyone's accounted for.
You got it, Toad. We'll make sure that we triple check the logs, and as an added precaution, I'll make sure that they go in no less than teams of 4 instead of 2. In case something comes up. You said it was just one. It was 2 individuals.
Sorry.
Yes.
Bare minimum, we'll have 4, and maybe we'll make sure at least one of the security or one of the well-armed individuals travels with that team, just to be extra safe.
I'll see you.
Do that. I can do that.
think in the meantime we go meet Stelios, at least introduce ourselves, try to understand some information, and maybe while we're there, try to solve our mystery.
Is Stelios gonna be at the Peace Symposium the rest of the afternoon, or?
You see, Safina's not here right now, so.
Oh, that's a good. Someone should go find. I'll go find her and ask her that. Because it would suck to like go all the way back to the city and then have them all be like in the thing. I looked in only one time. It looked really boring.
Oof.
You talking about Stel? Yeah, he'll be there.
Oh.
He doesn't really care for it either, but he'll be there. I don't want to go back though.
And then Toad runs right back upstairs.
If I had lungs, I'd be out of breath right now. Just doing this spirit benefit. Yeah, no. He'll be at the symposium all afternoon, so I think we have to either wait till he gets out tonight, or talk to him in the morning.
Yeah, you only got a couple more hours till the end of the symposium.
We could pack up Savina's house while we wait.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How far away is the or do we know how far away the city is? What is it called?
Sanctum of Peace?
The Mordovira.
Looks like
Mordoviran city.
Yeah, the Sanctum of Peace, the celestial
Peace, okay.
city. It is from where you are about 2 days of flying.
Okay.
Yep. Flying normal pace kind of thing.
Oh, and I'll take. I don't know if I can heal your mind, but I can heal your body. You're just gonna be a little bit, and I will cast Prayer of Healing.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast it on me and him.
Okay. So, of note here, I'll take.
Mhm.
The damage inflicted by this individual is only healed at half effectiveness.
Oh.
As if it was cast at first level, where if healing is a second level spell. But it's almost like the opposite of when Rick normally upcasts. For you, this spell is only half as effective, versus double as effective as the healing of the wounds for you, Rick. So you would receive basically 26 points of healing, and Altaik only receives, what, 7? 6, 7? Yeah.
Oh, boy, that felt great. Isn't that right, I'll take?
Yeah, I'll take. There's a moment where he, kind of, he looks a little better, and it's like it's like it's a. Thanks, Rick.
Wait, it was not good enough? I mean, you can just say that if it's. I mean, it's fine.
I feel like I'm still feeling echoes of this vision, and it feels stronger.
That's
Like
not
like
good.
the magic is. It left a bigger impression on me than I thought.
Okay, so normally on this planet, the healing is improved. It's not. I guess it's just worth noting. What is happening to you seems to be going against the trend.
I'm getting more and more worried. But yeah, we should just make sure we are ready to go at any time. This doesn't seem like it's great.
I'll try to keep an eye out while we're packing Savina's place up. I'll watch people and see if I can pick up on anything. Anyone watching us, maybe.
Good. Good. Oh, I don't want to listen in on. I'll be I'll be listening for them. Oh.
Just be careful, I'll take. Don't put your mind out there to get, if that makes sense. I don't know how your stuff exactly works, but just yeah, be careful.
Will do, Captain.
Yeah, I'm sorry if that's my fault. I told you to listen for the lack of sound. I'm sorry you got hurt because of it.
We learned something. You know that it's. You know, we took an unexpected step, and now we know how they're prepared for it. Now we know what to expect going forward. Yeah, I'll take. We'll look to Toad. It's like, I know that there. It's like I know that there are risks, but I will. But I also know you'll cover me, and I'll also be careful.
Okay, well, Toad's gonna crush 2 flowers from the staff of flowers to cast protection from evil and good on Altair, just in case.
Ooh.
I just want to make sure that you're. I have your back.
Thank you.
Rick, you
Yeah.
are not wearing any sort of ring of mind shielding or anything, are you?
Oh, of course not.
You receive a sending message
Ooh.
from Dionysia.
Hold on, wait. I think I'm awakening my psychic powers. Hold on.
Oh,
You receive a sending message from Dionysia. She says, Captain Rick, I am sending you this warning as a matter of courtesy. Concerns have been raised about a member of your crew. I would highly recommend you leave Peros and potentially this planet with haste.
oh.
All right, Rick receives this message, and no one else can hear this, right?
No.
All right.
You
Folks,
can reply to a sending spell.
Okay.
Right? Can you? Yeah, you can.
let
You
me-
can reply.
You can reply to this message.
You can reply to this
Ooh.
message.
Let me see here. Let me read the sending.
Hey, it's 20,
Yeah.
25.
25. Yeah.
Short 25 word or less message. Oh, jeez. All right. So, no time limit. I don't know when I can resend apparently, but we'll say like within the next couple of minutes I have to resend the message, right? So I want to inform the crew about what has happened. All right, bad news, everybody. I don't have psychic powers. And also worse news. I just got a sending spell message from Dionysia, and she says we need to get off the planet, or we might be in trouble because one of our crew members is not welcome, and I think we all know who that would be.
Me.
Valerian. Oh.
I tried to fight somebody, guys. I'm so sorry.
Did you?
Oh, God,
I just
no.
need to know if you punched someone for reasons.
I almost did. There, it was very close.
Okay, well, no, seriously though.
Yes.
I can send a message back to her. What should I say?
Well, I guess the option is stay and fight a bunch of angels, or leave.
Or
And
we pretend to leave, and actually some of us stay on the planet anyway.
we could send the ship away and just hide.
Yeah.
Only thing is with Altair, we need to either disguise them well, or they go on the ship. I think, right?
Well, he's got the protection from good and evil. Does that help?
True. Yes. Very true.
Okay. It's a huge risk. Let's be clear about this.
An
Unbelievable risk, and I don't know what the upside is, to be honest with you. Except I
Okay.
really want to figure out what's going on here.
Yeah. So okay. So you guys were with Savino whenever I think the majority of this party talk happened. So is this party on Friday important for us to go to? I think
It seems important as
to me
not
that it
getting Angel destroyed.
is. Right. Exactly. So yeah, maybe I agree with Gus. Maybe we should actually just gather our people. Maybe we go to see the Mordavira, introduce ourselves. But you know,
I don't get the feeling that I mean, they got to be the ones that are making this order, right?
right? Has to be.
I'll
think
play
that,
something protected for 10 minutes, by the way. Only for,
Oh, that's holy moly, that is
only
not
for
enough
a
time.
little bit.
as for the message, perhaps we can convince Dionysia to talk, to to explain more about where this threat might be coming from. But as far as what we hope to do, we know that the Martivira are placing enormous pressure on the denizens of this planet because they are seemingly terrified or unwilling to foment any sort of disagreement or conflict. And I don't know if, perhaps I know too little about angels, but disappearing a party's worth of guests seems too small scale for their work. Which makes me worry that there is someone else increasing the pressure and the likelihood of chaos. We could, if we wanted to, and speak with the Martivira, we could, serve as agents to investigate the source of suspected conflict, except that they've shown a rather blasé attitude towards picking out the nuance, which once again makes me think that singling out a party of scholars seems woefully below their attentions.
I mean, if a party is below their of what we know about them, singling you out specifically, I think, is even lower. No? So, which would kind of go back to the theory of it's someone here. But if maybe you are a threat, or maybe they see you as a threat, then it's just how they view their threats, and really we don't know how that works. But I think in safeties, I don't know what to say to Dionysa, but
Here's what I'm thinking. Maybe we should try to invite her to come meet us on the ship. And if she accepts, then we could talk to her here. And if she doesn't, then I guess we just gotta head out, huh?
Yeah, didn't Savina mention there's some due process? If someone is accused of a crime, they talk to Gregorius. Perhaps, I don't know, do we have an opportunity to explain ourselves?
Wait, that might be genius, Toad. What if we report the crime that just happened to us?
That's true.
We get ahead of it before someone can say that, we are the perpetrators of, some odd thing. We've met Gregorio in the street, seemed like a okay person. Or Gregorios. But it seems that Dionysa thinks that this is pretty urgent, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should see if we can talk to them first.
Okay. I think I can send the message to her.
Okay.
It's a to be short, so I'm gonna say, thank you for the warning. Will you meet with us on our ship to discuss this? We'll be waiting for you for the next 2 hours. Because I don't think I can go in if we're gonna get out of here, then we probably don't want to be leaving the ship, right?
Yeah.
So let's just say I'll just tell, and after this, I don't think I can communicate with her anymore. So
You'd have to cast sending again, or she'd have to cast it. Yeah.
I think that's the message I'm gonna send.
Okay.
And this is I'll paste it if you want to try to count if this has 25 words.
I'm not a word count stickler.
Okay.
If it's a short message.
Yeah, it's 3 sentences. There should be.
Not that
should be good.
Okay. Did you add a you pooping at the end?
What?
Or a bunch of do 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 do.
That's a good spot.
This
Okay.
spell doesn't work if you don't make it more than 25. You had to use all of them.
Every word.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, she doesn't respond back to you. Do you tell Gus to begin a recall of the crew?
I
Yes.
vote for yes.
Yeah.
Gus sends how expedient? Like everyone back this second?
Back in within an hour, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like
Okay, so a little bit more
probably
subtle.
quick. Oh, if the
It's a
how
matter of
big
like
is the
10.
place,
It's
actually?
like 10-minute. It's a matter of like if you want everyone back within 10 minutes, it's going to make a scene. Anything more than that, they can do it a little bit more distant.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, perfect, amazing.
no panic in the streets. But yeah, I think we said we'd wait for Dionysia for 2 hours. So
Right.
Yeah. Sense of urgency. Okay. Gus makes the call. He sends out the message. He sends out messengers of the security team who know where other people are and they get the message out. So. Okay. All right. So you guys are just gonna wait on the ship for an hour or two to see if Dionysia shows up.
I'll stand on the deck stoically. Actually, hold on. Can I write up Toad? I told Dionysia I'd give her like a little primer on the species we've encountered so far. Do you want to help me with that real quick? Maybe we can offer that as a thank you for her meeting us.
Yeah. I can do that. Do you want to just like write it, or should we record it on a crystal, or?
I don't know if she knows how to use a crystal. Let's just get it on a nice little scroll for her.
Do you want to dictate and I'll write, or I'll dictate and you write?
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I've got great handwriting. This is a canonical thing about my character.
We're talking about the flora and fauna on Eberron, or on our travels, or both.
How
What should we
about
start?
just the alien species we've met so far? I think that should be most of interest to her.
All right. I think Toad starts with. Gosh, where did we go to the Revelers Cements first, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think Toad starts there.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a sleight of hand check for my handwriting. Well,
It's not bad.
You have a doctor's handwriting.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not terrible. It's legible.
it's legible.
Okay. All right, so you guys begin to dictate this. I'll take Valerian. What are you guys doing?
Is there anyone that Gus thinks is difficult to reach? Like, are there any members of the security team, like, because of the way they're distributed and like had a buddy system, may have like maybe further from their like rings of like influence?
Zephyr?
Okay. Then he will go to like cast like sending on Zephyr to let them know that the call has been made to return to the ship, and B, make sure that like are you all right? Like take this moment to take stock.
You hear Zephyr respond. There's a pause, and Zephyr responds, and you hear him attempting to speak back to you. And he's like, "I'll be back in a minute. I gotta beat this giant." I'm not quitting. Like devouring food.
No, Zephyr, don't. No. No.
It's too late for him.
The interstellar moment. No. Yeah. There's a moment of just of like sympathetic challenge. It's like, okay, he's maybe going to be fine. All right,
Don't let him
and
go. Don't let him go. I'll take. Don't let him go.
Don't let him eat. I'll take. Don't let him eat. Yeah, he reports to Gus. It's like, Zephyr might be occupied. He seems to be occupied for a little bit. but he seems to be fine.
Okay. Lauren, you doing anything while the three of everyone else is doing stuff, or are you just waiting?
I think Valerian's gonna get on Phantom maybe and just like hover around the ship just to make sure everyone gets back safe. But otherwise, nothing.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Easy enough.
Can I
Phantom
add
gets
one
Yes.
too? I think Toad will take a break near maybe the beginning of the dictation and write a little note to Zen and send it to them via Cooper. It's just like,
Okay.
hey, won't make it to the dance, I don't think. Also, I don't think you should go.
Okay.
Stay safe.
So you send out Cooper into the city to try to find Zen.
Yeah, I think Cooper's gonna go towards the like tailor shop that Zen said they worked at.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
And if Cooper can't find them, I'd maybe just like try to slip it under the door.
Okay. Because you remembered the tailor shop, you do find it. It is open. Zen is there. They're kind of just organizing some of the fabrics. There's nobody in there right now, and they notice Cooper, and they're just like, "Oh, hi. Who are
Cooper
you?"
does like a little dance, you know, like, all cute, and then presents the little scroll.
Zen takes it and reads it. Oh. Okay. I hope I see you again. Bye. I don't know if you can hear me.
I think
Okay.
Cooper raises like a little paw at least. Like, I don't know, Cooper's well trained, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, he looks cute, he responds, and then runs away before he poofs, like, runs out of the shop first.
As Cooper runs away, you Zen, what you don't see is Zen like giving an awkward attempt to also try to do the same little paw wave. Okay.
I think Toad would have just felt bad if like Zen disappeared because they went to the dance.
Yeah. Okay. You may or may not have just saved a life.
Toad the Heartbreaker.
No,
All right.
no.
All right. What else are you guys doing? Anything?
Yeah, Rick's gonna write a letter to Tina. No.
Oh, Moses, you have to watch. Whenever I'm uploading, you have to watch it. It's fantastic. It's
Is
great.
it the one
It's
that was 20 hours
no,
ago?
it wasn't the one I just uploaded. I think I'm like 2 or 3 behind. I think I'm gonna title the episode either "Beach Vacation," the beach episode, or I might call it Tina. I might call it Tina because it was pretty funny. But yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, I don't want to mass dump them all at the same time. I'm gonna do one more tonight, so I should be caught up by like Monday or Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. It is at this time that somebody approaches the ship. They are dressed in a large black cloak. And it is a older looking woman who just kind of stands outside the ship, doesn't say anything. But the crew tells you that there's someone waiting outside the ship.
Ooh. Rick will go.
Okay.
Toad
I'll
will
go
go.
Rick.
Okay. So you go to the top, you go out to the ship. Okay.
Yep, go to meet this person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hail, traveler.
Can Toad get a sense of like, are they like, do they look aggressive? Are they just there to watch us?
They
Like,
look meek. They look like an old, frail woman in a black cloak. And she looks at you, Rick, and says, "Can you hear me?
I could not.
No.
Hello? Check. Okay, did I cut out?"
No, okay.
You
Yes.
cut out.
Yeah.
She says, Kol Karan is said to bless those who travel.
Mm. Well, thanks for the warning.
May I enter and speak of the goodwill of Dol Ara?
Oh, yes, you may.
Okay. You bring this elderly woman aboard. Do you just have her on the? Do you bring her down below, or do you bring her, or do you keep her on the top?
Let's get some privacy. Let's bring her into the officers' quarters.
As you bring her to the officers' quarters, the cloak drops, and it's Dionysia.
It was you the whole time.
Kind of like tries not to roll her eyes.
Okay, thanks for answering our missive, by the way. Appreciate that.
I cannot stay long.
I understand. And
This is the services of fellow men of the cloth.
yes, I appreciate that. And also, before you leave, I should give you this before we do anything else. I'm gonna hand her the scroll of the species we've encountered so far.
She looks at it reverently, and she tucks it into her cloak. She says,
Mm-hmm. As promised.
I shouldn't be here. Your friend is in danger.
Now, you're referring to who?
Is everyone in the room, or is it just you two?
Oh, good question. I think I bring everyone who is with us.
Yeah, I was there.
She gives Altaic bombastic side eye.
Okay, yeah, we could have figured, but I just wanted to make sure, okay?
She says, you hail from a different planet and a different way of the world. What you choose to do, I may disagree with, but as a fellow worshiper of the host, I feel compelled to warn you. He will bring wrath upon your people. Should you not hide him or remove him, the wrath of the Martavia will come for you.
Okay, they're not big fans of what I'll take is. I take it.
Yes,
Well-
Why?
I think the answer is obvious. He is an agent of corruption and change and deception. Who you choose to spend your time with, I will not speak further on this matter. Please do not. I'm trying to be helpful here.
Yes, I understand.
Of course.
Well, that's a shame. I mean,
I have
how did
not-
they know?
It is not the way of us to ask why.
Well, if you said hide him, if maybe I'll take changes his appearance.
They will know.
Okay.
I
And
would,
it
rec-
is
I would advise
truly the
that
Martyr
you.
Vera.
I would advise that you keep him here or remove it from the planet if you wish to continue any further travelings of Therendor.
What are
He is
the
not safe
Martyr-
here.
If I might ask, Scholar, what are the Martavira's conflict or previous interactions with my kind?
They do not speak of it, and I get the sincerest impression that they cannot stand any of the Eberron, as they are antithetical to peace. And I wish that that peace be sustained for the sake of my city, my people. I ask that you remain aboard this ship, or you leave the planet. You are travelers. You are granted some modicum of leniency in how you act upon this planet. However, it, whatever you want to call him, is a walking blasphemy to these people. I must leave. Speak now, as I must leave quickly.
Well, Dionysia, appreciate the warning. I hope things loosen up around here, I guess is all I can really say.
Anicia,
Perhaps.
do Do travelers have a right to debate? Do scholars, honored scholars, have
Yes.
a right to challenge?
Yes, of course, but travelers are typically like Pastor Rick, Captain Valerian. You would not be welcome in such circles. I'm sorry. But it is, regardless of what your outward appearance is, what you stand for is antithetical to them, and they will not allow any such debates to even be heard of any sort of reason. You are not welcome here.
By your festival, I am twice honored as a scholar of both culture and cuisine.
Congratulations, you've deceived your way further into society. I must leave. Good day.
I don't think she's gonna buy it.
Anisia throws her hood back on and then resumes her
Dionysia.
appearance.
Dionysia, by whatever right I have as a traveler, please give Gregorios my sincerest wish to make my case.
It would not be a decision that he is permitted to make. Good day. She walks out. She leaves.
Well,
What a bigot.
that's
Did
okay.
not
This
like
city
that.
kind of sucks anyway. Everyone kind of, I don't know, it's so boring, and everyone kind of doesn't care about everyone.
Yeah, I'll take. This place sucks.
Have you or a loved one been discriminated against based on your nature?
They talk about peace, but they speak. They use it in the same tone as being under duress. This for me is a twice blinking circumstance. Whatever their stance is, this is under the threat of the Mardavira. But I wish I feel like I'm unable to like grasp like just one more lead into this into this enigma right now.
Well, I'll take. You're not an officer on this ship, but I do think you have the right to make a decision here. I mean, what do you want to do?
By this is just intuition, but I feel like in 3 days' time that a whole new host of scholars of the underground will be disappeared, and that we might be able to find the culprit then.
So, you want to go to the underground dance club then? That's what you're saying.
I love to dance.
Oh. Well, we gotta come up with a plan then. Are we gonna do the pretend to leave the planet thing? Or I guess we could literally just leave the planet, then come back 3 days later. Try to just dip in real quick. I don't know. We don't know how the Mardavira's capabilities is the problem.
Yeah. I mean, my only suggestion is that we, it at a certain point, they've accepted and realized and even welcomed, at least in Dionysa's case and I'm sure some others, they've welcomed this kind of peace under Iron Fist. So they made their bed in a way, but at the same time, I don't want a whole party of people to just go away. But what will we do, right? If we find them and the Mardavira do come for them, do we think we can take them? or save those people even? And if we do, what do we do with them then?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions. Prevention beats a cure. Maybe we can just stop whatever's bad's about to happen from happening. I mean,
I think we just get Savina to get the major leaders in this, the opinion leaders or whatever, tell them to call it off. Stop.
yeah, tell her, or we just get her to talk to Cassandra and Marcos, right? They're the ones that organize the damn thing.
Right. Yeah, but I'll take, they make entire places of giants that we've even seen the giants out. Make those places just disappear, those people disappear. For one person, I think that they would have no problem. And I'm not sure that there's a lot of us could do to stop them either.
They are unimaginably powerful, but we know that they are not omniscient.
Right.
I feel like my reading of minds perhaps exposed me. If I withhold on that, I think that will buy us more time, especially if I'm in disguise. And if we are to intervene and find those agents who are disappearing scholars in the cosmopolis of scholars, we might be able to get at the heart of this.
Well, another thing we could do is just go to the Martavira, see what happens.
I got the sense that Dionysia seemed to wish me out of their purview, but perhaps she doesn't literally speak for them.
I am curious how they can just know where you are, or know what you are.
What we need for these to fight these Celestials, if we're to fight, I say, but to have any sort of negotiations with them is leverage. We just have to find some type of leverage on these Celestials, and I have no idea how to do that.
We got the little rebellion fomenting in Harmony.
Yeah, I was thinking we could. I really wanted to talk to the Scholar of Power, Stelios. I want to talk to Stelios as well.
You wanted to get your ship. You wanted to do your little ship thingy.
Well, even just to put a seed of doubt, a seed of rebellion. If we can get a lot of these people to rebel, who are the Celestials ruling over? And would it be worth it for them, or would they be able to topple them, And I say that, we put a seed and then we would come back and maybe something would have changed, but this is a shit situation. I don't know what to do.
Rick, you asked, were you attempting to be introspective about how they figured out Altaic?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. It's just like we don't know, right?
Yeah. Do you want to try to roll for it?
Oh, I would love to roll for it. Does this be? What would this be?
This would be
investigation.
Just a flat. Let's call this a flat wisdom check.
Okay.
We'll see how this goes.
Not well.
Yeah.
I don't have inspiration, do I?
I don't know. You guys all got inspiration from your immediate res recap.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I forgot to tell you. Yeah, I forgot. Completely forgot to give you guys inspiration for that.
Then I will use my inspiration.
90%, 85% through the session tonight.
Oh
my
God.
Okay.
Didn't have it.
Rick.
Wait, I am developing psychic powers. Hold on.
Rick, you were a man of the cloth, and you're going off the assumption that these are celestial.
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Okay. Toad made you think about the fact that Toad cast a spell that was protection from good and evil.
Oh, wait a second.
There is
They must be
another
using it.
spell of the similar kind to detect good and evil.
Ah. Rain blast.
And aberrations are a category that fall under that detect spell.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Do Celestials have that ability innate? Like, do they just have special eyes, or are these agents casting that spell? This is not something I would be able to intuit, or would I know about Celestials?
Make me a religion check with advantage based on that nat 20.
Okie dokie. Don't mind if I do. That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Stories about moderately to higher powers of Celestials discuss powers of shifting their appearance, to spread messages incognito, having spells similar to paladins on the field, such as protection from good and evil, divine smite, and additionally being able to move around about the planes, whether be it the wings of their angelic wings or some matter of teleportation.
Ah, that's why that guy was so handsome. He was a Celestial. It's all coming together.
Hell yeah.
Typically, going into that 22, typically Celestials are inherently incredibly attractive based on their... it's just a natural phenomenon that many Celestials that are humanoid in shape are typically regarded as conveniently attractive.
Damn it, it's all coming together. They're among us the whole time. Okay, we gotta keep a lookout for anybody who's hot.
Okay.
Okay, so here's what's going on, right? Celestials, they got spies out in Peros. I mean, the thing is, though, it would be a lot harder for them to hide in Harmony. So if we wanted to stay on this planet, away from the eyes of the Celestials, we could go to Harmony and just avoid anybody humanoid. That might be one way we could stay here.
Okay.
Another way is that we find some way to shield Altaic from the detection from good and evil. Mr. GM, you adjudicate this. How does a humanoid that's not good or evil show up? Is it just like nothing at all? And, like, detect good and evil?
Okay, hold on. Let's look at the detect good and evil spell. Give me a second.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm thinking mechanically, would it just be like there'd be no difference between someone who is shielded from the effect?
Yeah, for the
Or would
duration,
they
you know if there's an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located. I would say it's like if you cast Detect Magic, certain things glow and are apparent to your vision, right? So if you are not one of those categories, you are just
Nothing
seen
happens.
as normal. Nothing
Gotcha.
happens.
So we could find a way to disguise Altaic as well to avoid that particular spell as well. I don't know how we do that, but we got 3 days. I don't know.
Maybe Roland could help us.
Ooh.
Some ideas.
A ring of protection from detection of good and evil. Or a potion. If we can't make up a ring, might just have to settle for a temporary effect. Or, like I said before, we could just go back to Harmony and try to avoid any suspiciously attractive-looking humans.
Yeah, I mean, we could go to Harmony, but the risk there again is Harmony is trying to also stand up the Martivira's way, and we're bringing them directly to Harmony.
Yeah.
And then
Feels like we
they
shouldn't
might be collateral because they're harboring. I don't know. The way that the rationale works for some of these, at least from what we've heard, doesn't. It's all over the place. It's like this purest sense of judgment, but in a very skewed way. It makes sense.
Should we maybe warn the bosses of Harmony about this?
About the
About
Martivira
the-
spying?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I can actually cast the sending spell.
Oh, Yeah, maybe we talk to I have it in my notes.
It's not really
Can we-
two-way. I send the message, they can send one back, but you know.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, Vogie was great. Halfless as well.
I think send it to Halfless. She's the boss of the bosses.
Lost people, yeah.
Okay. With your permission, Mr. GM, I will send a sending spell. I will cast sending, targeting Halfless. If she counts as someone with who I'm familiar.
You are familiar with, yeah. You have met and are familiar with all, yes, with everyone, all the named significant NPCs of Harmony.
Gotcha. Okay.
If they are on the tile, if they're on the collage, yes.
Yeah. Gotcha. I just didn't know what the definition of familiar was gonna be.
I would say, yeah, you've met them and you've had a conversation lasting more than 10 seconds with them.
Yeah, I remember their name. Okay, that makes some sense. So the message will be, let's make it super ominous. The Martavira are watching. No, the Martavira are among us. Look out for extremely attractive humans. Love, Rick. I think Rick is just used to signing his letters that way, so he just puts that in the sending message without even thinking about it.
Rick's like writing to his boss, and he's like, "Love, Rick."
Yeah.
Hugs and kisses.
Yeah, XOXO.
XOXO.
No, that's gonna come off. Wait, hold on. It's gonna come off as a joke. No, don't do that.
Thanks, Rick. So helpful. I mean, part of it is, I guess I'll look for... What is a hot to humans?
Damn it! I have to spend another spell slot. Shit. I will actually do that.
You're spending another spell slot?
I will spend another spell slot just to send her a description of the individual that Alaric saw.
Yeah.
And
Guys are going to describe.
yeah, and try to in 25 words or less. That's all I can get across.
Okay. I'll make sure we keep an eye out. Should be easy enough with the 7 humans that are ever here.
All right. I just wanted to give him a fair shot. All right. What else are we doing?
Yeah. Do we stay for the party and try to, like, catch somebody or spy on them, or should we just maybe take what we know and see if we can find any place else out there in the cyberspace that knows about these people? Because I don't think that. I mean, we could also have the option just to go straight to the Sanctum of Peace, but I'm leaning personally towards just leaving. I don't want anybody to get involved with these people.
We're not wanted here, and I need a plan if we're gonna stay.
Right.
Did you guys want to talk to Roland about any sort of materials or things?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes,
We can, let's explore our options,
Yeah.
But should we, after we get the crew in, should we pull out or what? We can hang out in the atmosphere, I suppose, or should we, maybe stay the rest of the night?
Well, if we have a good way to disguise I'll take. Maybe we.
I mean, Savina still needs to pack.
True.
Oh, that's right. Oh, shit.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Dynasty basically said either Altaic stays on the ship or we all leave, right?
Yeah.
So even
Right.
the rest of us can still leave the ship. Is that right, Chris? Is that what she said?
Generally, yes. It seemed like the specific issue was Altaic.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to Roland with the issue that somehow Detect Good and Evil is detecting Altaic, right?
We need a shield of that we need to be able to shield against that effect.
Roland knows that you have the Ring of Mind shielding, right, Altaic? Or do you hide that fact from him?
No.
Okay. So he is baffled because the Ring of Mind shielding normally would do the trick. Right? So that item is designed to do that, right? Prevent creature type. Somehow this entity is detecting Altair, right?
That is disturbing.
It is. His only idea is to perhaps make an item that maybe instead of just hiding the creature type, maybe makes Altair pass off as human to any sort of spells. Like magically he appears as a human to any other senses. He can try to make something he's never done anything like that. That'll be some brand new stuff, but he can try.
And if there's anything if there are any materials you need, like, we could attempt to go out to retrieve them in that time.
Yeah.
What would you?
Let me see here. So Ring of Mind Shielding uses arcane glyphs, specifically the transmutation, not transmutation, blocking. Okay, so I'm gonna need. Let me look over my supplies. Give me 5 minutes. Let me look to see what I have. I might be able to save most of our costs because I think we have most of the supplies here. So the issue is going to be time. So he goes through. He has all of the material costs, and it can be charged to the ship account because this is for the purposes of the ship. This isn't a personal item. This is a mission requirement, right? However, he doesn't think he's going to be able to have it right because he has to empower. He has to empower this ring with arcane energy, which requires him to cast spells into the ring, right? So the way the magical enchanting goes, you guys haven't really dealt with this in my world, but the way that magical enchanting goes, whether that be empowering a new magical item or making a spell scroll, is he has whoever's enchanting it has to cast a certain amount of leveled spells into the ring or whatever the magical item is. All right, so he needs a total of 15 levels of spells to dump into this thing. So any combination of level of spells, he needs 15 levels of spells.
Okay.
He can contribute 6.
So 9.
Actually, he can contribute 8. So he can contribute 8 out of the 15. But that leaves, 7? He needs 7 levels of spells of someone else to cast in here, and it's gonna take about an hour. So somebody has to sacrifice spell slots today in order to create this ring, and he cannot guarantee that it's going to last long term. Because this is done on the fly, and he's not an artificer. He can guarantee that it'll last for 24 hours, but we may need to recharge it afterwards.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take. Would be happy to help to empower this spell.
Okay.
It is his own kind of signature he's trying to erase.
Mm-hmm. So, okay. Do you have enough spell slots to contribute up to 7 spell slots? Not slots,
Yes.
but like like a third level spell.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have to
second level and a third. I mean, now that I'm a sorcerer, I have access to a lot more than I was when I was an
when you were a 2/3 caster.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So that'll take you guys about an hour. And he can guarantee that the ring will last for 24 hours.
Okay.
Anything past that is unreliable.
Okay.
Mechanically, that means we're rolling a die to see how many hours you have left.
Okay.
And to make this a permanent ring, he's going to need more materials, more resources, more. It's going to be a longer term project.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Yeah, I don't think ring or sorry, ring. I don't think I'll take will immediately make use of the scroll. Um, he'll I think he'll let others know he's like helping to pursue this project. Um, but yeah, if let's see, we've informed the others. Alteca will essentially go out like he plans on going out on at most day 2/day 3.
So you don't have to put once you charge it, it's
Yeah.
basically like you can let it sit for 2 days,
Mhm.
and then it'll work for 24 hours. Does that make sense? It doesn't. It's not like it'll only run for 24 hours starting now.
Gotcha.
It'll be
Perfect.
like you can charge it up now and then
Mhm.
use it at a later date.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But the first time you put it on and switch it on, it's only good for 24 hours after that point. So like once you turn it on, then that 24-hour timer starts regardless if you take it off. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. What does this process look like for
Yeah.
to assemble a scroll? Like,
Yeah.
no,
So it starts.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So I can explain to you because this is Roland's bread and butter. So enchanting an item starts with a formula. It starts with a magical formula or a schema, also commonly referred to. And so he is attempting to sketch out a magical schema or formula to create said item. He is channeling different effects and particularly focusing on the transmutation and illusion pieces. And so he spends time drafting the formula with magical ink, and that costs a certain amount of gold because he's using like magical formulaic materials. Then that formula is inscribed into a scroll. The scroll itself is basically like a spell scroll. So he takes the formula and he places that and copies it to a spell scroll. That spell scroll is what the special type of paper takes those spell slots. Once those spell slots are added to that scroll, he then takes a standard normal ring and holds the scroll to the ring, in basically casting that spell into the ring. So it's a multiple stage process.
Okay.
And that's my magical enchantment crafting thing. You're getting a snippet into a very chunky system similar to Toad's potion crafting.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'll take kind of is engrossed in this process of transcribing the power onto the scroll, of then translating that the scroll's magic onto a ring. He kind of holds it against his existing ring of mind shielding.
It won't work on the ring of mind shield. It has to be a new object.
Oh, okay. I have to find a new right. Gotcha.
Yeah, so he's got a spare ring for materials, so he's casting it on a new ring. It's not your ring of mind shield. He's not upgrading your
gotcha.
ring.
Yeah, oh, right, 100%. He'll, holding the new ring. Sorry, he he wants to like, I want to describe, how he like kind of like admires the juxtaposition of having, this ring that, that kind of protects him from like other aberrant abilities, while the other one like essentially protects him from those who those who would try to destroy such aberrants.
And you realize through watching Roland's process that there's a significant amount of, if you were doing this yourself, there's a significant amount of checks that would be required. This is his field of expertise. You don't believe, with your current level of training, even Altaic's level of experience, this would be an easy process. It is also an uncommon ring. It does not require attunement because it is a short. It's almost like a consumable. However, if you were to make this a long-term item, it may or may not require it.
Cool. Gotcha. Yeah.
I don't know what to call it.
That's some time like admiring, Roland's work. Be like, thank you. Like without this, the mission would be, the mission ahead would be impossible. This is an amazing feat, Roland.
Jules turns to Roland. She's like, "See, Roland, I told you your enchantments would save the day one day." Thanks. Okay.
All right. What's the
I would
plan?
say it's about time that the symposium is ended. We're getting into the afternoon time, evening time. It's like 4, 5-ish. Plus dinner time.
Well, I think we should get Savina's stuff so that if we need to bug out, we can just.
Yeah,
that.
I agree.
All right, let's get our biggest and burliest boys.
Yeah,
girls,
the whole crew is
To
back.
be honest.
Or other.
Yeah, that's true. You know
That's
what?
true.
My bad.
Our crew, how about that?
Yeah, let's yeah.
Crew. All right.
Toad will go, I think, with Savina.
Okay.
At least.
Let's
Toad
get
will
Toad
go.
Rub to go.
Oh, Tobrub would love to go. Tobrub goes. John goes.
I gotta
Gromash
go
goes.
with Tobrub.
Yeah, you going with Tobrub?
I gotta go with Tobrub, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so I'd say about 5 or 6 individuals from the ship go. And Savina really quickly tries to pack up. You escort her to her place of residency, which is about 15 minutes away from the docks. No issues traveling. Is everyone going? Altaik, are you getting off the ship?
No.
No.
Okay. Valerian, are you going?
I think, yeah. I'm going to
Okay.
take Phantom as well. A
Okay.
little mobile.
Okay. So it takes
You're
you
just
guys
showing
about it takes you guys about 2 hours to pack up Savina's place. She's got a lot of stuff. But luckily a lot of it is like light stuff, like clothes and like smaller makeup products. Like her closet is like 2/3 of the boxes. And the other third of the boxes is like all of her journalism writing supplies and such. But she's able to pack it up. You guys are able to transport it relatively quickly back to the ship.
Was there
Now that
anyone following us or watching us while we were like on the way or on the way
Oh
back?
yeah, you know what? This is
Yeah.
probably something that Rick was looking out for as well.
Okay, both of you guys are looking out. I would like you both to make either perception or insight checks. You.
Gotcha. I'm on the lookout, so I'll do. Well, that
You wanna
doesn't
do
matter.
one
That's fine.
Yeah, I want to do one of each.
Yeah, I'll do insight.
Okay, I'll do perception. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
Well,
Nice. It's better.
Rick, you get the sense that people are more concerned with getting dinner. You get this. You're starting to. There's some people that are definitely curious about you, and you all seem to kind of be walking the same way. But you're more so paying attention to motivations.
And I'm
Toad.
super, obviously the markers of a celestial as well. Now that we kind of
Yes.
get the idea.
Yep. So you are seeing people in Sovereign Host attire, right? So you're seeing
Yeah.
the robes, and you're specifically checking for like maybe some glowing symbols and stuff like that. You are not noticing that on any of the Sovereign Host folks. Toad, you do not see anyone that seems to be following you that wasn't already just walking in your direction. You both don't get the sense that anyone is following you. People are interested in you because you stick out. But nobody seems to be following you to or from the ship.
Gotcha.
cool.
When you make it back, it's starting to get dark.
Are we doing this? Are we staying on the planet until?
Ugh.
until the dance? I just.
I mean, we have an option to. It seems like, but sitting here for 3 days, kind of on a knife's edge, is less than ideal.
I just don't know that we're strong enough to take on.
What do we know about these Celestials? Like, why are they here? Like, was that with Rick and Dionysa's conversation whenever she talked about the Celestials?
Yeah, they were
Um,
stranded.
Stranded or something? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
they're basically just like they come from the plane of they'll just find the absolute peace. There we go. And they found their way here and they can't get back, basically. So they're trying to make this place another plane of absolute peace. I think is the idea.
What if they were running from something?
Ooh. Maybe they're bad angels that got kicked out.
Mm.
What if they're not angels at all? What if they're something pretending to be angels?
You know, that's actually a good point. We haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
So, the plane of existence that is linked to absolute peace, by the way, I didn't circle back on this, but the name of the plane is Serenia. Plane.
Urania, the plane of absolute peace.
Also known as the Azure Sky. And that's also, interestingly enough, the plane that has pockets in Sharn, which allows the towers of Sharn to defy gravity and be built so tall. Because gravity is lessened.
The thing is I want to help these partygoers. But, you know, maybe let's say that we shut it down today and we leave. This is the life that they're under. The life, I don't know that they've chosen, but the life that they have. Hopefully, what we get out of this, first of all, obviously saving those people, but maybe some more insight into their motives, why they would, you know, be so quick to disappear an entire party of people just having fun. It doesn't. I mean, since I don't know, so many questions. Where are they taking these people to as well?
We also don't know why they took the people from the party or who took them. We can assume that it was the Martifera, but we don't know that for sure.
True.
I don't want us to end up in another situation where things look bad.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, we almost we almost didn't come back from the asteroid, and
Some of us didn't.
I'm all for helping. That's true. I'm all for helping other people, but again, that's not our mission.
Right. Honestly, with the exchange of Rick that you and really the connection you made with Dionysa, I think that is honestly at the core of our mission.
Look, if they need help, they can contact us.
Right. Right.
And maybe we build goodwill by having that relationship, and maybe we find out more information about, is this the only planet that they're on? Are they in other places? Maybe we run into the Adventian and they know more about them.
Mm-hmm.
True. Yeah, I definitely want to circle back to this place after, after a little while. But yeah, from my perspective now, I'm with you, Toad. I don't want to put anybody in danger
Well, then-
more than we already have.
And then
We're not
I know-
welcomed, so
I. And then maybe we have a longer term solution for keeping you safe, Altair, keeping you protected from the notice of these beings. I know that 24 hours would be enough to go to the dance, but what after? What if? Yeah, I feel like there are too many unknown variables
yeah.
for us to risk. Not just ourselves. If it was just us, it'd be one thing, but our entire crew, they all depend on us to keep them safe. And
Yeah, and, worst case scenario, we get caught and we are in a fight. It's just not a fight we can win. There was different circumstances, different people, maybe. At least from the stories that they say, or that we've been told, and then just the show of power that they did to Altaik, and then broad daylight attacked him and then disappeared. The risk, I don't think, is worth the reward. If the only reward we're really getting is knowledge of their insight, I guess, because we could save these people by just having them not go in the first place, right?
maybe. Could we also, if we do leave, do we want to encourage a rebellion? Do these people deserve to have that? Should we maybe give the giants information that could help them with their, kind of rudimentary weapon creation?
Do we trust them to keep it under wraps so they don't get, disappeared?
It seems like they're headed that direction anyway. I just don't know if we could give them a...
Fighting chance.
Maybe we just leave a weapon. Maybe one of Gus's guns or something.
I don't know if Gus is going to be okay with that.
I don't think you'll love that.
It's true. We should have taken more guns from the Hadozi.
Now, to be fair, the giants didn't even seem to be making good swords, so maybe just like a sword from the armory would be enough, or a spear.
Well, they're making cannons.
You're talking about like a full siege weaponry here.
I don't know if we have like designs or something that we could leave with them for, I don't know, anything that would help them. We don't have to.
I'm worried that if we give them that and then they start building it and they get caught, then it's kind of on us, right?
Yeah.
True.
I think that that's their plan anyway. So I think they're gonna get caught no matter what.
maybe we try to steer them in. Maybe our gift to them is knowledge or strategy, really. Gather numbers, gather in secret. We kind of equate it to their little underground fighting ring. Just keep it quiet, keep it under wraps. Don't let anything get out of hand. And when the time is right, whenever you have the power and numbers, at least, to do something, then do it. But see, it scares me even more because I don't even think that entire town. Actually, we know a lot of similar towns to Harmony did not stand a chance.
Mm-hmm. So are we leaving? Should we
Are
vote?
you guys leaving in the middle of the night? Because it's almost time to get some rest.
Ooh. Oof. I mean, as long as Altaik stays in the ship, we're not under like too much duress, right?
It's true.
I don't know how long that goodwill will last.
Yeah, right. It's true for now, for sure. Hopefully. But like, should we wait here all 3 days to for the party, or maybe we wait here for another day to make sure that we have time to warn people? I think that might be.
Well, all we gotta do is, we just gotta talk to Marcos and Cassandra, right?
Right. True. Yes.
So we can do that tomorrow.
Okay. I think that's the plan. Stay here tomorrow, talk to them. Hopefully they give us some information that might help our decision a little bit more, but I think if nothing else changes, my vote at least is to leave.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you.
Long rest time? Long
Think
rest
so.
time?
Think so.
Everyone else?
Yeah, Altaic's gonna show them his shiny new ring. He's gonna be like, guys, roll a maid so that I can get off the ship.
Oh,
We're all set.
well, the thing is,
Just hold off on that for now.
Oh no, it's already imbued. We're all set. We actually have plans to make a more permanent version. I'll have to attune to it. I know, but that's in the future. This one will last a whole 24 hours and some change.
That's right now?
that's great.
No, not right now. Whenever I need it. So on night 3, I'll be able to be right there with you.
Plans change at any moment's notice. I'll tell you guys. Is all I'll say. So just be on your toes, of course.
Oh yeah, no. If I need to go out on day 2, I'll still have some time as well. So I'll be
Yeah, I think. Honestly, even if you get out there day 3 in the morning, you'd be great. But again, plans change. They can change at any moment's notice. Okay, just
I get.
It is at this moment that Chief Gus busts in
Oh shit.
and says, "We have a situation. We need to head to the deck."
Ah, damn it. Yeah, here I thought we were gonna get out of this one scot-free. All right.
You might want to put the ring on. I'll take it, depending on what
Perfect
happens.
timing. Roland, it's already go time.
As you all walk out to the deck, he walks up next to Signy. And Signy is not looking into the city, but instead to the darkening night sky. Says,
Yeah, looking at the stars. Yeah, that's what she does.
refresh our memory, please. Good. Crew of the Dragonhawk officers. Does the Karnathi ship, which is the only ship we have not seen with our eyeballs, look like that ship? And he indicates and points up to the night sky. As a ship comes into atmosphere in a burning ball of fire.
What?
This ship
it-
begins to break apart,
Uh-oh.
entering into atmosphere.
Oh my god!
It's the rear of the ship has a cylindrical spiraling shape. And there are appendages on the front that begin to burn and break up into atmosphere.
Oh.
This large ship flies and streaks over the night sky in a blaze of fire and crashes down into the planet of Therendor.
Oh. That description did not sound like the Karnathi ship. Am I crazy?
Yeah, I'll try to tap into Alaric's understanding of the what he would assume to be like the original ship's or like the ship's intended design or blueprint. Like, could
Yes.
he get a sense of what from that scene would have caused them to, crumble in the atmosphere and, in that fashion?
Make me a investigation check with an adversity penalty.
Okay.
Or you can make me... no, you can't make me a the old check anymore. So
Well,
That's
No,
just his
those are
DC.
now.
Ooh, 6.
from what you were able to gather, it looked like a conch shell with appendages sticking out of it.
okay. Good news. That's not the Karnathi ship. Bad news. That wasn't the Karnathi ship. We gotta go and check that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Toad, did
Does
you
it
have
look-
something?
Does it look like what was described in the journal we found on that crashed ghost
Oh
ship?
yeah. Oh, it does definitely. Yep.
It definitely does.
Oh.
Hey, I'll take. We're about to meet your family.
And that is where we will end the session.
Jeez.
On the next episode.
Oh no.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
love that you put together that right at the end.
Hey, the good news is
And I was like, I remember you saying conch shell before.